should actually be us this time, I would hope. Fingers crossed. With tech issues waylaid, I'm hoping that people can hear everything going on. Yes, we have audio. Good, good. With tech issues waylaid and all of those demons defeated, hello! Welcome, gods, goddesses, and all of you non-conforming deities to the Threads of Fate, a Hades-inspired four-shot, I almost said one-shot, I'm so used to doing one-shots, four-shot for charity in the Blades of the Dark. Excellent. It's just going to be one of those games, it seems. Blades in the Dark system. We're raising money for the Trevor Project today. If you are unaware of what the Trevor Project is, they are a fantastic charity which helps out with basically being a place to help and advise LGBTQ plus youth, especially in matters of mental health and those kinds of things, getting people the help that they need. They're a fantastic charity. We've supported them a bunch in the past as Friends Who Roll Dice, and we will hopefully continue working with them in the future. So if you want to go ahead and check that out, you can do !charity to find out about a little bit more about the Trevor Project, or you can use !donate to bring up the donation link and help them out. We're hoping, obviously, the pandemic and all of that horrible nonsense is going on, but anything you can spare, whether that be a few pennies or whether that be just a couple of retweets and some vision on it, would be super, super appreciated. Right. It's probably best if I stop talking. Real quick, just going to let everyone at the table just introduce themselves real quick and who they're going to be playing during this four-shot. Give away as much or as little as you would like. If we go in the order of the overlay, so Wasa and Meghan, and then Austin.
I'm muted. Do you want to go first, Austin, for
your
yes. Thing?
Yeah.
Might be best, yes.
Yes.
Hey, I'm Austin. My pronouns are he, they, and she. You can find me on Twitter at Scott Austin. Tonight I'll be playing Nomalanga. No. Hey, I am good at character names, but I'm really bad at pronouncing words like everyone else here, which is super chill. My character has a really dope as shit name, and you'll hear it a bunch when other people say it correctly, but not me. But you can see it under me, I believe. I'm not looking at Twitch. And if it's not, then I don't know. Wait until it flashes by as me. She does cool fire shit. I'm going to throw it up to Wasa.
G'day everyone, Wasa here, they them pronouns. I'm on Wasabote on Twitter. I'm playing Kohl, a slightly easier name to pronounce because it's like the things in the fires. Also playing a fire person. That's it really. I got big guns and that's my character.
I got big guns.
I got the big guns. So going the other way.
Yeah, so I guess that's me. Hello. I'm Meghan. I use she, her pronouns. I am at Meghan Lynn FTW on everywhere on the internet. I am playing Antiope, who is a fast talker, con artist, thief type person who claims, falsely or otherwise, to be the child of Hermes. That's probably false. She lies about a lot of things, so we'll see. Yeah, that's me. I feel very prepared. This is going to be great. So I'm going to throw it down to Izza, who just seems really prepared to now introduce her character.
Speaking of people who are definitely prepared today. Hi, I'm Izza. My pronouns are she, her. I go by Evil Clever Dog on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube. And I will be playing Kyveli, who is a whisper, kind of a naturey, witchy type. I'm so prepared. Yeah.
We're all so prepared. Everything has gone like smoothly and seamlessly. It's fine.
It's just professionals. This is fine.
That's all right. Wonderful. Yeah, and I'm Ray. I will be your GM for this little ditty. Super excited to go ahead and just get into it. So, hey, why don't we just go ahead and do that before I lose something else and something else breaks? So, let's go ahead and just set the scene a little bit here. Your characters, one way or another, have found their way into the underworld. You find yourself mixed into memories of your life and the way that you spent it. Some of them good, some of them bad, some of them perhaps a little unexpected. You find yourself surrounded and flooded by these memories. First of all, definitely more metaphorically, as your spirit kind of drifts. And then a little more physically, as your vision begins to cloud with a dark red that seems to almost begin to encompass you. Your peaceful drifting, as it were, is then suddenly interrupted by the primal, natural urge to draw breath. You find yourself suddenly scrambling, fighting against what seems to be your logic at the moment, swimming through whatever this is, until finally you breach a surface you didn't even know was there. You find yourself tossing the red kind of liquid out of your hair and off of your clothes. You now see yourself fully geared and decked out and ready to go. Looking around you, perhaps not the sight you were expecting. Some steps come out of this soaked red pool. You see a line of ghostly silhouettes continuing up this rather decadent hallway. Multiple decorations, paintings and art pieces, sections of carvings across the walls. You see this line continue up to this large desk at the other side of the room. It's kind of hard not to notice the figure sat at it, partly due to their large size, partly due to the sheer power and presence that they hold. The decorations and colours and tributes almost of this room almost seem to fade out of your vision as you look at this individual. He sits grumpily, looking down at a small section of paper, holding a quill that is very clearly far too small for him, but he seems to handle it with a grace and a depth. He seems to not even notice your presence as you appear in this pool. Very decorative outfit, and very clearly has the stance and presence of a warrior, with this armor that kind of covers across most of his body. Large, quite kept facial hair that continues down and kind of crosses, a little ridiculously so, but he seems to wear it better than you would expect. It takes a few moments before his gaze finally meets you all. You hear a little huff come from him as he shoots a look towards his right-hand side. You don't even get a chance to really speak to each other or really gather your surroundings before the gaze almost seems to wake up this individual who was sleeping off to the left of you. Was curled up, kind of floating in place, using his notebook as a pillow of sorts before he suddenly jumps, almost as if just the look was enough to startle him. He quickly grabs his pencil, quickly grabs his book, shakes his head, begins racing through some pages before stopping at one, tilting his head a little, and with a strange swiftness, makes their way over to you. Just greetings, welcome. Can I get your names?
You haven't heard of me?
I mean, there's a lot of people that travel through the underworld, so it'd be easier just to take it from you. Should I know you?
I mean, you probably should. But I imagine you're not kept up to date on current events down here, so, Antiope of Arcadia.
Antiope of Arcadia. Got it. Okay, cool. And you're compadres here?
They're not with. I don't know.
Yeah,
their
I
names.
don't know who any of you are. So, yeah. But my name's Kyveli, if that matters. I don't know if it matters.
Kyveli.
It seems to matter. He's asking us our names. But
my character has been paying some attention, but they're sort of looking back towards the pool for a moment, as if they're expecting someone along with them. And when Hypnos comes in and stares at him, there's a moment's pause, and then he says, Kohl.
Oh, nice, short, excellent. All right. Bossman wanted to have a couple of words. So if you just head, I'm gonna slowly begins to float away from you. Kind of beckons a couple of more times before closing his book and kind of beginning to lay back down, floating in midair, drifting his way over to a small pillar on the left-hand side.
Are we allowed to have a nap? Because that sounds really nice right now.
Find a spot. You can get comfy. Anytime's a good time for a nap.
I agree.
I'm gonna just go towards where he had beckoned us to go.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Kohl will follow.
I'm sorry, are we boring you?
He's already gone. He's out. He's out like a light at this point.
Okay, yeah.
You take a few steps forwards, and you can... It's almost a very British ire from some of these ghosts, as you've essentially just cut the line, and you can feel the kind of scolding looks from a few of them as you step forwards. But you continue to do so, and find yourself at the desk. You hear a bit of a grunt from the individual in front of you, as he wraps a paper and just... confirmed. Uses a little stamp against the paper, hands it to one of the shades. Shade takes it, nods, drifts off. One moment. Turns towards you all. Yes? Oh. You're looking at me rather blankly, so I assume you're the new hires.
I didn't apply for a job. She just stares around looking really confused.
This isn't exactly a job you apply for. It's more delegated to you.
Oh.
Right. Because we're dead. Right?
Finally,
Oh, is that what that was?
Finally, like, looks fully away from his paper and takes a good look at all of you. So this is who my son decided to hire as extra help. Olympus be damned. You all look rather bemused by the situation, so... Yes, one way or another, you either perished or found your way here. Normally, there would be a process to go through, but... It appears as though, for one reason or another, my son has taken a liking to you and has decided to extend an offer, as it were.
So it's a job, so we get
Is
paid.
this a paying?
What is the
position?
payment?
A large hand comes up from the side and just, like, rubs the temple a couple of times.
I mean, I've never been one for community service, if that's what this is, like, because a job implies payment.
You did say hires and job and
Job.
all the language
And
that would
offer.
imply. Yeah.
Like, are there
that implies
benefits?
payment.
You found your way here, so there must be something staining your souls.
No idea what you're talking about.
Payment, to a degree, will be less suffering in the underworld. More time to actually enjoy yourself in the eternity down here. And I suppose some kind of material component could be added to that as well. But that is coming out of my son's pockets and not my treasury.
Well, I hope your son is rich.
He's rich, all right.
Well, can
What is this offer that you have?
I'm glad you asked. Go speak to my son. He waves you off. Just be gone with you.
do you? I'm just look at the other. Like, do you know who his son is?
No, I think the management here is really poor, actually. She says as she walks away.
She said it.
Another exhale out of the nostrils.
Well,
Yeah, he waves you off kind of towards the side and just kind of... He waves you towards, like, a random door past where this curly-haired individual is currently taking a nap. You see the vaguest kind of, like, tail of a red cape kind of floating in the breeze just around the corner.
Go follow the, if that is the
Yeah.
direction, yeah. Kohl will
And-
just sort of like gesture over to the red cape.
I'm gonna let Cole go first and be like, you look very sturdy and able to withstand bad things coming in your general direction. So if you would like to go first, I will bravely follow second.
And I will happily take up the rear guard.
Yeah. It's very important.
It's the most important job,
It's
actually.
very important to watch the rear. Yes, you can't leave your rear unguarded.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There's
I know a thing or two about covering your own ass, so definitely important that somebody's back there just in case we don't know what's going on here.
yeah, Kohl looks at both of you. There's like probably the smallest amused look on his face. And he sort of goes then, I tend to prefer the more long range situation, and he will head onwards.
You step ahead.
Yep.
There's a few more of these silhouetted spirits floating around the general area, away from the line, and just kind of in little clusters and gatherings, just around this area in general. You step through this rather nicely decorated archway into a room with two directions. Left leads you towards this individual and a small balcony of sorts, which seems to open out into the same kind of liquid that you had seen before, but now carrying into this full river that seems to be flowing through this area. The other direction seems to open out into this small kind of almost a waiting room of sorts. Lots of chairs kind of staggered around this rectangular room, and a bunch of different pieces kind of held in the center. Some decorative urns and some kind of like gold and silver pots and the like, as well as a few other pieces of decoration. Near this area is a rather handsome, tall gentleman with a spear and a shield on either side, who just seems to be standing guard and watching the area around. As soon as you step inside, their gaze will look towards you, and they'll just give you a respectful nod. And even though this individual definitely carries themselves for battle, there is a warmness and a depth to their smile that seems legitimate, rather than just, for the sake of the job. The individual with the red cape stands on the left-hand side, near where this river is kind of flowing. As you step around, they turn and just... wait a minute. There's one of you missing. Pauses before stepping almost like straight past you all and just poking his head around the corner, prodding. Hypnos, where's your missing one? Did you really miss one? I thought you were better than that. Hypnos kind of startles, gets himself awake, and just never miss anyone. I just was just taking a quick 20 winks, that's all. It's just a bit of a delay. There we go. And as Hypnos kind of points past, there's another splash as the water begins to bubble and move a little bit, as breaching out of the water, Nomalanga, you find yourself breaching this water after being surrounded by your thoughts and feelings and memories and almost twisting around them, for good or for ill, until your senses and your feelings suddenly return to you. You find yourself clambering and scrambling until you finally breach here. As you kind of pop out, you see this beautiful stepway, this large, beautifully adorned room. And now, 5 complete strangers just staring at you. As this kind of like red ichor and liquid kind of begins to drop off of you, and you kind of dust your shoulders off and dead shit. You would see, first of all, this rather petite, curly-haired individual with a little notepad, a pen, who very clearly is not massively interested in the situation. He's stifling back, closing his eyes and yawning a little. You see this other rather, again, handsome gentleman, short black spiked hair with a set of leatherish armor, a red cape, and what appears to be some kind of skull adornment on one of the shoulders. And then you see these individuals here. What does everyone look like?
Super hot.
I mean, that is a given, yes.
Obviously.
Sorry, I'm laughing at behind the scenes chatter. Sorry, chat. We have behind the scenes chatter. Nomalanga is oh man, she thick. Oh man, she coming. You see it from the front. You see it. Wait until you see it from the back. She is like 5'8" and just like, damn, she thick. She has this thick, curly, like 4C hair that looks like it is like rolling embers. And she is like dark, almost like bronze skin. That's like how like deep her pigmentation is, and that is looks, and I will not steal narration from anyone else in their looks.
Kohl, when Nomalanga like comes out and is like introduced, pretty much like strides forward, and Kohl is quite tall, 6'2", 6'3". They have a very dark reddish skin, and the skin that's exposed, you can see the sort of, if you know, like dendritic ripples, like a electric, like gold, sort of almost tattoo like things on their skin. And it looks like every single time they breathe, it sort of like glows in a way. And they have long hair just tied up in a bun that is sort of the fiery dark red to like that light yellow gold sort of thing. And their fingers just are the only thing that is quite pale white, like ash. And Kohl sort of heads over towards Nomalanga and extends his hand as if to pull her towards them.
Yeah, Nomalanga, like, it took you long enough.
I was here first.
Were you?
So it appears.
Well, then why did it take me so long to get here? Why didn't you come get me?
Points over to Hades and Hypnos.
I look over at them. That is not an excuse.
I apologize.
It's okay this time. Don't let it happen again. Who are all of you? And like gestures to Hades and Hypnos. What's up?
At this point, Hypnos is already like settled in for another nap, and as soon as you kind of said that, she's, well, I see boss man was busy and needed to get something done. Said something about just needing certain people, something to do with them. And Hypnos kind of places a hand on the relatively like average size but quite built individual next to them. Kind of taps them twice. Just, this guy's the one who actually went ahead and did the thing. Kind of sinks back into his his hand and then just slips a little too far. Okay, and he's gone again.
Kyveli is standing like further to the back of the group, just watching that entire exchange with just this look of complete like dazed confusion and slight like judgmental like judgmental vibes of just like, who are these people and why am I near them sort of thing. She's like on the shorter end, like 5'3", 5'4", very like slim and like not very clearly not like a physically active sort of person, except for the fact that she seems to carry like an entire household's worth of like like equipment and gear and just like random crap like on her person. She's wearing this like huge sort of mantle cloak thing that has this like really like shaggy old like fur pelt around it, and then this like cloak coming out underneath that sort of just looks like it's got like detritus of like leaves and sticks and sand and stuff just like in it. And she herself is like, has kind of like tan olivey skin, some like lines on her face that show she's been like out in the sun quite a bit. And then like her eyes have like, they're very like sharp in their shape, but also have like, you know, when you have like 3-day-old eyeliner you haven't bothered to wash off kind of thing, just like caked around them, and like dark straggly hair that's sort of pulled up in sort of a bun, sort of braids, but it's all sort of half falling out, and she hadn't been bothered to like fix that at all. And then her outfit under this big cloak, she just has like more items and belts strapped to her than she seems to have outfit. And then like on top of the cloak again, there's like a weird staff strapped to her back. There's like some daggers at her side, but then also like a bunch of glass bottles and vials with like some liquids, but also some like twigs and pebbles and leaves and like flowers and insects. Maybe they're alive. You're not entirely sure, like inside them. Boots caked in mud. Literally just looked like she fell out of a swamp into a bush and then into this room.
Hello.
Like we said, everybody's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, yeah, I think Antiope is kind of was standing back as she had voluntold Kohl to go first because she doesn't know what's going to happen. And Antiope is like a little taller than average, probably like 5'10" or so, and kind of like lithe and like stringy. And she has like chin length, maybe like a little longer, like curly gold hair. And she has very bright blue eyes and like freckles across like her nose and cheeks. Like there's a reason why she told people when she was alive that she was Hermes's kid, because that's what she looks like. And she's not dressed like an adventurer type person. Like she's wearing like kind of a nice dress robe, and like a deep maroon, like accented with gold on the edges, like she had come from like some kind of party, but it's like kind of like torn, and you can see where it's been like very meticulously like repaired in places. Like this is like one really good outfit that she's like kept repairing little by little, like as things happen to it. And it doesn't look like she has anything else on her. Like she has like a little small satchel that probably couldn't hold too much. Like she does not look super well equipped for like doing anything very physical. Like she's a mouth. She's not a hitter type person. And she's just kind of like standing back, probably like takes another step back and just like looks over at Kyveli and then looks back to Nomalanga and Kohl and looks back. It's like, I feel like I'm in the wrong place.
You'd be surprised how many people actually end up saying that. The
I feel like
spiked hair
no one's
figure.
explained anything to me.
No, like I'm not surprised to be like here because I 100% remember being stabbed. However, I don't think like here within this group of what looks like very adept people in a
I wouldn't
physical
call myself
confrontation
adept.
sense. Well, you all look like you've lived hard lives.
Wait,
No offense.
stabbed. Is this a room for people who have been stabbed?
I
Oh,
wasn't
did you
stabbed.
get? Were you also
I
stabbed?
don't think so.
No, I was not stabbed.
Oh.
Wait, what is going on? Cole, explain.
I don't know.
Yes, Cole, explain, please.
I was brought here. I don't know why or how, but I don't know as much. I don't know anything. I just came here to be. Just looks over at the people that look like the person that he determines is the one that brought them here. And it's like your attention was on us for why was that? What is going on? What is this offer?
The red-caped individual steps a little forwards and just opens up his arms a little bit and just, I guess that's where I come in. Yes, indeed, you were all brought because you were talented, one way or another. And I had seen that, well, you weren't exactly going anywhere as soon as you got down here, and I could use more hands. So I spoke to Father, and, well, here you are. Oh,
the rude guy.
Yes, that would be
The
him.
ridiculous mustache.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Like, could literally form a garment out of that thing, yes.
Wait, so you spoke to your... should I speak to my father? Because I don't think he would approve of
I'm not entirely...
kidnapping me.
Not entirely sure that...
Are we all supposed to talk to our fathers?
I don't want to do that.
No.
gives you
I
a
see we
very
have some-
strange look between all of you.
I see we have some daddy issues among the
I don't
group.
mind. It's just very rarely available.
I feel
my
that.
father is great. I'm sorry that you all have terrible fathers.
Like physically and
Don't
emotionally.
have one.
Oh, well, that is.
I mean,
a
everybody
different
has
issue.
one because that's how like.
Well, some people are just pulled from the earth.
Oh, I guess yeah. Some people are just pulled from.
Sounds trippy. Sounds fun.
Yeah.
I can't say I've experienced it.
No, I'm pretty sure I was just born like people are.
Well,
I was not people.
So someone said something about us getting paid and that we had to talk to you.
And there
Cole,
were
you've
some
been
questions
over this,
about
you are
benefits.
Cole has benefits.
Oh, are you friends with benefits?
Oh, we are much more than friends, but we do have benefits.
Oh, interesting.
That is correct.
Well, this has been an enlightening conversation.
You're the one who pulled us here. You did not check our resume?
I did, I just didn't expect that everyone would be so... them so quickly, that's all.
I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult.
Why are we here? What do you need?
You all have something to scrub from your soul one way or another. Like I said, I spoke to Father. You are capable individuals, so I was proposing perhaps you help me with a little project in the house. Oh, terribly rude of me. I'm Zagreus, by the way.
Hey, so
Hello.
Oh, that's why you have the whole dad thing, right? Because your dad won't let you leave.
turns and looks towards Hades, who's just at the desk still signing something away. You watch him mumble something under his own breath.
Is this common knowledge? How do you know these things?
My dad plays golf with his dad.
Oh, okay.
That is certainly a way of putting it, yes, I suppose.
What is golf?
It's a human thing. I don't know.
Oh.
Some kind of
Weird.
sport, I've heard. Incredibly boring, from what I understand.
They hit a ball and then they go follow it and then they hit the ball again.
It's
I
really
get-
boring.
Gods
It sounds
get
like
bored.
something for people who have far too much time on their hands.
Yes, that's what I said.
Yes.
And that's why my father plays it. Looks back again towards Hades sat at the table.
So do
Just
you
dunk
need
on
us
this
to
dude's
go-
dad while he's standing sitting right there.
You need us to go get your milk or something because you can't leave.
My father and I reached an agreement. Considering everything that's going on down here, well, I'm going to be stuck for the foreseeable future.
Grounded. I whisper to everyone else.
He's in trouble.
Alright, you're the funny one. Understood. I've been recruited to assist in testing the underworld's defenses. And I know that you're capable individuals in various different ways, whether that be by mouth or by blade, so...
I'm the first one, in case any of you needed to.
Pulls out a gun.
You have a talented mouse then.
I've been told.
Nice.
Noted.
You know, should have expected as much. But yes, as may have already been mentioned or not, some time that you would have spent in penitence before moving on to the rest of your rest will be removed. And well, there's not exactly a lot you can do with currency when you're deceased, but there are certain things. Especially if you meet Charon. So, I can provide something for you.
Are we able to make requests? Because I've always wanted a waterbed. I've never seen one, but I've heard of one.
I need
You
like
sleep on water?
ingredients and things.
No, it's you put the water in like a bladder almost, and then you sleep on that and it feels like you're on the
I suppose I was warned that this would happen.
you were warned about waterbeds.
Zagreus lifts his hand and clicks his fingers for a moment, just ignoring what you were saying entirely, just kind of shifting his head to the side, and just I'm not getting into this. Clicks his fingers, and there's nothing for a moment. Clicks his fingers again, just... Oh, sorry, that's usually... First time usually works the charm. Clicks his fingers again. Ah, there it is. You suddenly hear just a large douche, douche, douche of just thumping sounds echoing throughout the chamber. You watch as the spirits kind of jump a little in place with every movement. Hades completely unfazed, and there's just this kind of continuous douche, douche, douche. It gets a little faster and a little faster. You hear the pace pick up before the sound stops. And past Zagreus' head, you see just a little bit of leathery black poke its way around the corner of the pillar. You see? A little more. You can now see a set of nostrils. And a small, tiny little tuft of red hair kind of around the end of the nostrils. You see a head poke its way around. And another. And another. Almost like attempting to be like the worst stealth you possibly. It's like Clifford the Big Red Dog trying to hide himself. It's not happening. Zagreus will turn around. It's all right, boy. Don't worry. They won't bite. He might. And
I do.
You do. Okay. Good to know. Hypnos, are you sure we got the right people? Oh, he's asleep. As he says that, looks back towards you all. The bounding, large, furry frame of what is very clearly Cerberus comes around and immediately plants themselves and sits down behind Zagreus. Zagreus reaches up and scritches one of the heads, gives it a pat.
That is not a waterbed.
That's a weird dog.
It's a big three-headed dog.
They don't worry. They don't mean that, boy. They're not.
I mean, he's very
not
cute.
Weird. You're not
All,
weird.
all three of him is very cute.
Gives him another pat and a scratch, and you hear a dush 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 as one of the legs just begins to just freak out.
I'm just
a little
gonna
bit.
start
Tap, tap, tap.
like shifting around the group. It's like, I want to pet this dog. I'm gonna pet this dog. Just like.
Zagreus will pull like a little cache almost from Cerberus's lead, roll it out, and just a little bit of parchment comes out. They'll grab a little quill. Just so you said you have requests for the house, correct? Well, let's hear them then. Oh, water beds?
Yeah, a water bed.
Not really our domain, but we'll try our best, I suppose.
I need like ingredients for potions and things. Do you have like gardens and like swamps and forests and things where I can gather those, or does someone just bring them to me?
You'll be traveling through a lot of the underworld yourself. You're more than welcome to pick anything you can bring back.
Okay, but like specifically, do you have like bees' wings and like earthworms and stuff like that?
What are you making?
Don't worry about it.
Now I'm even more worried.
All right. I suppose that can be arranged. I can have a chat with the chef and see where he sources his ingredients.
Fireflies are useful as well. And
Definitely weirder than
rose
water.
petals and
You'll definitely find a few
grapes.
of those if you actually manage to get that far.
Okay.
Anyone else have
I'm
any
sorry,
more absurd
you
requests that I can pass over to my father and then ignore entirely?
No, Kohl will get me what I need. You said get that far, like you're gonna send us to die.
I expect
Well,
you
we've
to die
already
a few times,
died.
yes.
We've already died, so
No, that doesn't.
do you get
make
better at it each consequent time?
No, I'm sorry.
you
Wait,
get
you
worse?
wait. We are dead?
Yeah, wasn't that obvious?
Well, I mean, I assume I am. I
You
don't
made your
know
way
any
to
of
the underworld
your...
one way or another.
Did you walk here? I don't think there's like a door.
Well, you can walk here.
Huh.
You
Dope.
can literally walk here.
So is that what you did?
No, I don't remember what I did, but if you killed me, we're going to have a problem.
Well,
Oh,
I didn't kill you. I don't know you.
Oh no, I said no, not you. You both of you, lovely people. We should talk later.
Oh,
You
thank you.
and points to Zachary. I think walks up and like pokes Zachary's chest. If you killed me, we will have a problem. Points at Kohl.
Yeah, Cole does not look. Cole is like immediate, just like direct eye contact.
Did you kill
there's a few problems with that theory. The first one being that I haven't actually managed to successfully leave this forsaken place. The second
right,
being that my father is god of the dead and not god of death.
Oh, so you hired us to do a job that you can't do because you're shit at it.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. What was your name again?
But like,
Zacharias.
I
Oh no,
Oh, Kyveli.
Died once already, and that kind
Lovely.
of sucked. So, I mean, for what it's worth, if there's a way to not keep doing that.
I mean, if you're
or is
dead, you
this,
can't die again, right?
Well, you
What?
certainly
I don't-
can.
I mean, clearly you can. He literally just said that he expects us to die several more times.
You will return back to the pool more than once, yes. I'm sure
Right, but
of
we're
it.
not alive anymore, so it's not dying. It's just what? You just come back here?
Re-dying? Is there like a punch card that if you die a certain amount of times, then like you're done for real?
Or you get, like, free food or something.
Like a free sandwich or something? Like a frequent flyer program, maybe?
I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. Supposedly you killed me.
No.
Well, somebody did.
I
would like
didn't
to find
kill
out
you.
who.
Someone
Right, because you're a failure.
killed
You can't get out.
If you would like to go ahead and prove that I'm a failure, then you are more than welcome to try.
Have you left?
Oh, I didn't say that. She said that.
I just have you left?
To a degree.
It's just pointing out
I feel like that was a yes or no question.
I've been to the surface more than once, yes. I haven't gotten that much farther, but that's other complications.
Interesting. Anyway, what do I need to do to not be talking to you anymore?
Zagreus takes a look at Hypnos, who is still asleep, rolls his eyes, and just says,
This has been entirely unpleasant, except for Kohl, who is... and you two seem lovely. We should all talk.
And Tiny's like
Yeah.
biting her
That's
lip,
so
just
cool.
like trying not to just burst out laughing, just like
My request is finding out who killed Nomalanga.
A
Were
good
you two,
request.
like, together when
Are
you
you,
died? Like,
Well,
well, friends with benefits, that's been established. What more than
I
friends?
meant,
but
like,
with
were you, like,
benefits.
physically next to each other when you
Oh,
died?
yes, did you
like,
know
wouldn't
each
one of you
other?
remember?
You seem to know each other. Like
woman
you came
doesn't
out of the
tell.
pool and you were like, "Oh yes,
Yeah.
Cole, I've met you before. Hello, yes."
yes.
Whereas I came out of
No.
the pool and was like, "What the
It's
fuck?"
like you were expecting them, so...
Yes. Well, yes, we were together. Let's leave it there.
Hmm.
I would very much.
I wasn't
not
asking
leave
if
it
you were
there.
boning.
I didn't. You said that, not me.
I mean, I feel like they definitely are, though, right? Like I
They
said, like,
died
like
during-
stage whisper.
And looks back at
Um,
Zagreus. Anyway, I'm still here talking to you. Why?
Meg is going to love you. All you need to do is say yes or no. If you want to, either for the sake of payment or for the sake of proving that I am useless,
I
then
just want a waterbed.
go ahead.
I kind of like the second option.
So
But also,
I,
I want my bee-wings and my worms and all that shit.
so I
I
just
suppose
say
that
yes,
could be arranged.
and I leave. Yes.
Yes.
Well, in theory, we leave.
The idea would be that you attempt to escape. So, if you succeed, I guess it's a win-win for you regardless.
Wait. Okay. So you brought us. Wait. No. Wait. You brought us here so we could get out to prove that you could not get out. Question mark?
But you said you did
haven't-
get out, but that you couldn't stay there.
Yeah. So, like, if we get
And we
out,
came
are
back
we
here?
are we re-alived, or do
Yeah,
we
do
just
we
get
get
to
to-
come back
do we
here and like
return?
kick it for eternity?
It is complicated, but yes, you'll return to the underworld one way or another, because you cannot be rid of this blasted place once you're here.
Ugh.
But I mean, if we can get out once, like, so if we get out once, that's it. Like, are we going to have to keep doing it, or like we get out once and then I can kick it in my waterbed for the rest of eternity?
If you would like to do that, if you'd like to be further paid, then you can try multiple times, but I am only asking for the once.
I'm still stuck on being
I've
brought here
done
to prove
worse
we
for
could get
less,
out,
so
have to
I'm
stay
in.
here. I'm definitely going to have to talk to my father.
Who is your father?
Don't worry about it.
Are they
That
a
sounds
big
like something
deal?
we need to worry about, but like in a
That's
fun
fine.
way. So I'm in. This sounds hilarious.
All right. Well, that's enough convincing, I suppose. Lifts up another hand, gives Cerberus another scratch. Well, in that case, the house is open to you. You can speak to who you wish, do with what you wish. As soon as you wish to attempt to leave, and then points a little bit further down, past a couple of corridors to this kind of purplish opening in one of the back walls. Head through there. Keep on going through. Please don't touch my stuff. You'll find your way to the beginning of your little journey, one way or another. It'll be a delightful stroll, I'm sure.
So do we have to like fight things? Do we get equipment and stuff?
You'll get whatever you require, whatever you require, sorry. Whatever you have on you, you can use as well, and if you are so inclined, there are a few other arms that you can make use of if you do so wish.
I only have the 2.
I think he means weapons.
Oh,
Skelly will talk you through things once you step through.
that's an interesting name.
Wait, did you not have my... Did you take my things too?
Whatever you have on you right now, you can retrieve what other things you would like as well. Just speak to a few of the house staff.
Nomalanga walks away without saying anything else. In the rudest way, cutting in front of him as possible.
She has somewhere to be, apparently.
Kohl follows, but is a little bit more polite. It's like sort of like the nod of acknowledgement, like sort of it's quiet. Thank you for your time.
Kohl!
I know that you were wasting it, and it's like following Nomalanga.
Right. Thank you. I'll touch base about the waterbed in a short while.
Sure. And, that went worse than expected. But then, talking has never really been any of this family's strong points. Has it, father? Turns around and kind of just gives Hades daggers for a moment.
Seems like you all could use some family time to like be more emotionally available for one another.
By the sounds of things, it sounds like everyone needs that.
Well, it's fine. Being emotionally available is generally overrated. But it's not my place to get in the way of your family's scruple. So I'm going to go follow them. Have a great day or night or whatever it is time does down here. Let's go, Kyveli.
Kyveli's just left standing there for a moment and she's just like, I'm gonna go because I don't know what else to say to you. So bye, I guess. Get me some worms. And she walks away.
I suppose that's fair.
Get me some worms.
As you walk away, Zacharias just kind of scratches Cerberus again. Cerberus lowers a head and kind of nuzzles it into Zacharias' shoulder as he just mutters under his breath, "Oh boy, we still have a long way to go with the talking thing, don't we?" Pats him twice. Kind of just massages his forehead for a moment before sighing, turning around. As he's about to step the same way, he pauses, and just before you all get out of earshot, you just hear him say, "And what exactly is so funny, Achilles?" as he steps forwards and continues around the corner. you find yourself breaking away back into this kind of corridor. Continuing a little further past Hades, there is, just before this purplish door, two more figures that catch your attention. One of them is pretty much right next to Hades, but kind of nestled back into the corner. Piles upon piles upon piles of various different notes and books and stray papers and everything, huddled back into the corner, seated on a chair, a very thin, wiry frame with this very simple kind of black ensemble and kind of a relatively messy hairstyle. Definitely very gaunt in their features. Seems to be restringing some kind of small hand harp as they go. The other figure, you almost don't really see it all at first. It's kind of this just very tall silhouette of kind of black and purple that kind of waits in one of the shadows. It's only when you kind of clock and you directly look that you realize that this is the silhouette of a very tall, very beautiful woman who seems to be just kind of waiting, almost waiting for you in a way. But the House of Hades is yours to explore and prepare as you wish. It is up to you.
Hey, I'm sorry. Nomalanga is going to the hot lady in the shadows. I don't know where you thought I was. Where I was going. Like, she
But
turns
same
the corner.
though.
She turns the corner and like sees her and is like, "Oh."
And I'm just like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
I think Kyveli would be the same.
Perfect. This is what I wanted from this party. Amazing.
Like, oh, I'm like going.
Everyone is gay and
Like, I'm
horny.
going somewhere else, and then I'm just like, oh no, this is what's
Going
happening.
that direction.
It's like, hi.
Oh, hi there.
Hi, hello. Just as you step forwards towards this figure, the shadows almost kind of break away. You can see they were kind of almost trying to obscure her for a little bit. As you come closer, they kind of peel and almost scatter around her into this dust of kind of white and black. Yes, a tall, just gorgeous individual with this very beautiful, decorated purple and gold ensemble with sections of sparkles and almost constellations across the entire dress. This beautiful headpiece that comes down with this purplish black hair. She holds herself with, one, with dignity, but two, also with this radiating aura of calmness. There's just this effect. Being in her presence just seems a little less like everything you just experienced. Everything's just a little more kind of low-key. What do you do or say as you approach there?
Hello there. So I just had the most unpleasant conversation of my eternity. Perhaps you can explain better to me what is going on.
I see. You must be our new friends. I apologize for the conversation.
I can be
you would have
more than
had.
a friend.
I appreciate your directness, but I am most certainly taken. But
So am I.
But you have two hands.
I'll pause for a moment as a small smile kind of slips.
I am guessing you are some other kind of eternal being, and truly one. Sorry, you were saying. I am so rude. I am Nomalanga. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too. I'm afraid that side of the house has communication issues, I think, would be the nicest way to put it.
Oh, that is abundantly clear.
Agreed.
A lot of conflict in one room.
Believe it or not, it was a hell of a lot worse before Zagreus tried his escape plan. Multiple times, in fact, but they seem to have reached some kind of understanding and accord. I'm most certainly not meant to mention it, but this little assignment wasn't entirely Zagreus's idea.
That's not too shocking.
He doesn't really seem like the ideas man.
Was it the dog? I mean, 3 heads. There's got to be a lot of brains in there.
Yeah. Big heads, too. Big brains.
Huge.
Cerberus is a good boy, but he'd much rather spend all day being pampered by most members of the house, if we're being
Who
realistic.
wouldn't?
Well, we have
Can't
something
say I
in
blame
common
him for
then.
that.
He is a staunch protector of this land down here, but he is still a bit of a puppy here and there. Well, most of the time, honestly.
So, do I take that to mean you had a hand in whatever this little scheme is?
You wanted us to replace Zagreus because he's shit.
Not exactly. As I say, Hades and Zagreus reached an accord to a degree. Zagreus was offered work in the household, and Hades will not mention it, but he is worried for his son. And being the typical male-presenting consciousness, he will refuse to communicate that, so I had to step in.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
If he was my son, I'd be worried too.
So like a bunch of men are having a like piss contest, and we got dragged into it.
It appears so.
That is certainly a way to put it, although I wouldn't
Explains why
be
there are mostly women here.
quite so
So the
candid.
underworld is exactly the same as the alive world.
More so, realistically.
A bunch of men have a piss
Yes.
contest, and women have to clean it up.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And also Kohl. Kohl's a good boy, and pets Kohl
Yes.
in the head.
Looks very pleased.
We will unpack more of this later. For sure.
I'm sure you will.
But maybe you did. Why us?
To get it past Hades, I had to pull a few strings. First of all, I had to make sure that Zagreus agreed. Second of all, I had to make sure that Hades agreed. You had to be capable enough that you would be able to escape, but also not stained enough that Hades would have to pass more serious sanctions upon you. So, I slid Hypnos a note.
Forgive me, but unless somebody can talk their way out of this place, I'm going to be spattering the walls with all of this, probably the entire time.
The underworld is not just full of aggressive spirits and individuals. There are also heroes and kind souls down here. Ones who will require a mite less brutality and more of a silver tongue.
Works for me.
Perhaps best to not get too close to things if you're not entirely confident in your physical capabilities there.
No problem with that.
I'm sorry things were so sudden and cryptic, but I hope that you end up getting along with each other regardless. You might be with each other for a little while, henceforth.
I mean, everyone who's standing here right now seems fine. It's that area over there. I have a
No
problem.
problem, no issues.
He mentioned requests. Do we get our own like quarters, or I'm gonna need like a private room?
That is currently being
Ask for-
arranged.
Nice.
Ask
nice.
for a waterbed.
You want us to have a waterbed?
Oh, all of us. Do they make waterbeds that big?
I will find out.
Surely. There were no limitations to the offers
That
made.
can also be arranged. I am...
Kohl is
even
good
thought
with
of
his
that.
hands. He can make it. He is good with his hands.
Oh,
I'm very aware that you were brought here suddenly and without choice. So, whatever accommodations that I can do to assist in your endeavors, I shall provide.
Whatever you can do.
much appreciated, of course.
Thank you.
Whatever I'm able to slip past Hades, at least.
I don't think he knows.
Nomalanga.
I don't think that is going to be a problem.
Nomalanga winks. I understand. I hear you.
She'll smile a little smile again. Do so might be taking a while to get your quarters sorted, so it might be worth perhaps doing a few preparations and then getting yourselves sorted, ready to dip your toes into things, so to speak.
Oh, there is a pool. Lovely. What are we
Preparation.
doing?
Essentially, I need you to follow Zagreus' footsteps and to attempt to escape the underworld. Well, I say I need to. That's the job posting, so to speak.
So do what Zagreus did, but better.
If you think you can, I'd love to see it.
Okay, so we escape, and then so he made it seem like we could not go home, but that cannot be right.
You've
Well,
already
if we're
perished.
dead, you can't be on.
You most certainly
Dead.
can be undead. There are people who've done that.
Well, that's bad.
Well, yeah, but that is Hades' wife. She would come down here.
I mean, I'd rather not be undead. Like, it's. If you have a
It's very bad
choice.
for your complexion.
Yeah, and I've worked very hard. Like, I may be dead, but at least I died looking like this, so it could
You
be
look
worse.
great.
Oh, thank you. And you as well. Look
I
stunning.
know, but thank you.
Yeah. It's important to be self aware. It's a skill that is very commonly overlooked.
So, okay, if I am dead, I will definitely need to talk with my father about certain things.
And how would you go about talking to your father? Just hypothetically.
I don't know. That's a how would you want to get a message out? Miss
That would...
Madam
Nix.
Nix.
Nix will be fine.
Oh. She kind of looks around. I'm sorry I was so forward with you. Yeah, you are very, very old.
I appreciate when people are more forward. It makes things a little more legitimate.
I mean, I still mean it, but I would have been more respectful.
When you've lived thousands of years, you've also seen thousands of blunders and thousands of lies. It's quite nice to just see someone be honest and legitimate for a change.
So how would I get a message out?
Depends who you would be contacting, but there's always the power of prayer. reaching out to the individual themselves. Perhaps not so religiously or in a method of tribute, but...
You don't have like a messenger down here, or
Not
There's
exactly.
The messenger, but he's probably busy.
what do you mean?
Like the messenger.
Like Hermes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, why? Why doesn't he pass through here? I'll just ask him.
He does now and then, yes. You're
Well,
probably more likely to find him on the road, however, than you are just waiting here, to be honest. He
Okay.
bounces messages here and there across the underworld.
Well, then I will
we-
talk to him.
Are likely to
Directly.
see him. Interesting.
Why are you being weird now?
I'm not being weird. I'm being completely normal. This is a normal reaction to an abnormal situation.
Yeah, that's exactly how you've been acting the entire time.
Yes.
I see no difference in the way that you've been acting. It was like a very sarcastic, dry response.
So, how do we? What should we do as a group to get ready? Do people feel ready? I don't know what people. How do you?
I
all-
mean, I bring all my shit with me everywhere, so luckily I have
couldn't
everything I
tell.
need right here. I know I keep it very streamlined. She like opens up her cloak and there's just
I feel
like
like you're about to be like-
kettles. There's just like kettles and like just everything. Like you think there might be a chair back there somewhere.
I feel like you're like the guy from Hercules. Hey, you want to buy a sundial?
Yeah, there is a sundial in there. Just a small one.
It's a wrist sundial.
Breaking the fourth wall, there's actually like a set of dice and a copy of Blades in the Dark in there, like ready to go.
I mean, he had mentioned weaponry. I mean, at this point, the only thing I have on me is a very small knife and a deck of very bloody playing cards. So otherwise, I feel like maybe something to not die immediately.
Oh, that's how
You want another knife? I have a lot of those.
Yeah,
Oh,
you have a Cole has a knife.
just takes out knives.
You should Cole
That's
carries many. You should get some knives from Cole. Cole has good knives. He makes good knives.
He looks like he has
mean-
nicer knives than I do. You should take his knives.
I mean, if you have knives to spare, I could take a knife would probably suffice. I don't plan on getting into any physical scrapples, but
But you already ended up here. You should have at least two knives. Cole, give her two knives.
just takes out the two knives and like hands
No,
them over. They
like
are
absolutely
sharp.
just standing there awkwardly like this. Like, I now have two knives. This is great.
Good. You have there are weapons here we can use though. You said.
Once you decide that you are prepared, step on through, have a chat with Skelly, and if you do require any arms or armaments, you may not have the same blessings that Zagreus has, and by that I mean the favor of other gods of Olympus, but there will be items there for you to use.
Olympus thinks it's so great. There are other gods, you know. There are other people who do other stuff.
It's
Nomalanga says as she sits walking.
It's funny you should
Yeah,
say
I
that. Keep an eye out. Nyx will nod respectfully.
That was really ominous. Thank you.
That was
She turns and walks away. I like it when things are ominous. It's fun.
I prefer things a little less ominous, but thank you for all of your help and assistance. Whew. Two knives.
She'll smile, nod, tuck a little strand of purple hair behind her ear.
You're so pretty.
Oh well. Cole will walk over towards Nomalanga and be like, let's find you a knife or a blade that I can sharpen to your preference.
Oh, I still have the one you gave me, and I have my swords. I don't have to carry them, you know.
That is what I am for.
Do you have your guns?
These ones?
These bad boys.
Do you have your takes out guns? Do you know what guns I mean?
Oh,
Don't worry, this
Yes.
will be fun.
Squeeze. Good. What's behind door number 2?
More guns.
More guns.
A giant waterbed.
So as you stepped up to Nyx, there's that purple gateway which you've been told will lead you kind of onto your mission. You do see a little section behind you, like this open cantina of various different spirits, kind of chatting away and kind of just wasting time. The question comes up of, do spirits even eat food? Do they you know what? Don't worry about it. Bleh, words. Did you want to just head straight through the door and kind of carry on, or is there anything you wanted to do in the house itself? Any kind of...
I mean, I've got 2 knives and a can-do attitude. So,
All right. Cool. In that case, why don't we go ahead and take a little break real quick. Get some hydration, get some stretching in, and we will see everybody in just a short while. Thank you so much to everyone who's already donated. We super appreciate it. Hit exclamation mark charity or exclamation mark donate to check out why we're doing this, and thank you so much already. We'll catch you in a few. And we are back. Hi friends, hope you're hydrated, oh no. No. In fairness, that is the kind of person I imagine Hypnos to be, just jumping in, randomly doing that, and then going back for a nap. But yeah, hi, welcome back friends. Hope you stretched, hope you're hydrated. We're going to jump right back into the threads of fate here. But first of all, just a reminder, this is a charity game. We're raising funds for the Trevor Project. You can see the bar up above there. Obviously, times are what they are, but anything you could spare to help would be greatly appreciated, whether that be monetary or whether that just be some retweets and some likes and some attention thrown its way. We want to raise money. It's a cause dear to a lot of our hearts. So, yeah, go ahead and check them out there. Do exclamation mark charity for a little bit of info and exclamation mark donate for the donation link. It's already in chat. Don't worry about it. It's already there. So, yeah, let's go ahead and jump back in here. So, our party has ended up meeting some of the individuals who inhabit the House of Hades down here in the underworld. Some decent encounters, some really not so decent, and a very cute dog. But you have been...
We're bullies.
Little bit. It's okay. Zagreus is just the nervous gay who's just like, yes, I'm socializing. I don't know how to do it, but I'm trying my best, and this isn't going well, but I'm still going to try. Very much that kind of person. But yeah, we have stepped now out of the House of Hades itself. You have spent a little time kind of getting to know each other, had a chat with Nyx at the doors there, and there is this purple gateway which opens up into this large open area. There's a sea of kind of red and grey buildings all around you. And what seems like an open, almost practice area, a little mock arena of sorts. There is a small section of stoneway which leads out to a view of the underworld proper down here. And then a gateway which leads to some kind of swirling portal. In the center of this practice area... Mock arena, not Macarena. It could be either. I'd be down for either. Yes. In the center here, there's a blocked out square area. What seems to be a rack of these small kind of floating orbs on the very back of the on the very kind of back wall. And then what seems to be just an animated skeleton in the center of the square that suddenly waves kind of erratically and kind of bounces a little bit as they do so. Kind of beckons you over rather rushed.
It's like, I'll look at the others and be like, do any of you know that
Kyveli is just like, that's awesome. And just like, you've never seen her move so animatedly before.
I'm sorry. Wait.
They must be friends.
Wait. Okay. Wait. So they said Skelly, and does everyone down here just? Do they not know how to give things names? This seems lazy.
Hey,
Skelly?
watch it, pal.
I'm sorry. Does it not seem lazy to name the skeleton Skelly?
I'll have you know my mother came up with that name, thank you very much, and I'm rather insulted by your bravado coming in here.
Was that your name? All right, so was that your name like when you had like skin and like guts and stuff inside of you, or were you always like just like a bony dude?
It's been a while, I can't remember. You gonna come over here or what?
I mean, yes.
Kyveli's already over there. She's like examining like one of the bones on his arm, just like fascinating.
I'm like,
Ow! I'm kidding.
Cool, like, it's a little lazy, right? To do skeleton, they'd be like dino.
I don't really think that's an argument I can have.
My name's not Humany.
Right? Okay, you get it. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it's not a weird. If at one point they had skin and guts and stuff, it's not that weird because like maybe it's short for like Scalinda.
Okay, I mean, I'm not. Everyone says the name and all names are beautiful, but it's just like it's like they could have said it's a skeleton named right? It's like burying the lead. Like
Yeah,
he's a Skelly. Also, it's an animated skeleton.
Skeleton. Yeah. You know what? That's fair.
I know that I look a bit strange that I don't have ears, but I can actually hear everything.
I'm not insulting you. You are. I'm sure
we're
you
just
are
discussing
a skeleton.
We're just discussing you.
Just, like lots of people we've interacted with have like buried the lead, and I'm hoping you're not someone else who's going to like bury the lead on what comes next. I hope you're not like go through the door. Also, there's like a dragon. Oops. You know.
I mean, there's a bunch of angry spirits that you're gonna have to get past one way or another.
Well, see, but that's not bearing the lead. You just told me.
No, well, Zagreus did say that we are going to die a lot of times, so that would like imply that there were like things out there trying to kill us. It's not like, oh, you're going to die.
I'm not giving
of natural causes.
I'm not gonna give him any credit.
That's
I see you've met Zag. All right, that makes sense. He's not the sharpest knife in the crayon box, but you know we do.
It's like everyone
in your
crayon agrees.
Who's putting knives in your crayon box?
Oh, you don't want to know. Everyone comes down here for a reason, right? Anyway,
Skelly, could I have one of your fingers? Bone powder makes a very, very potent ingredient. And I mean, you're already dead, so it would like come back or something, right?
Yeah, it'll come back. It's fine. He just rips it off, and like you just hear a click, hands it over to you, like kind of throws it a little, and then you watch as just he clicks it off and just goes no, hang on, like flicks his hand forwards and the finger just zip.
Fantastic, thank you. You're my new best friend down here. As she just gets a vial out of somewhere and kind of like crushes the finger in her hand, which you wouldn't think she'd be able to do, like grinds it up using her hands and just sprinkles it into the vial, closes it, puts it away.
Eyes go wide. And you also have your hands.
Well, that was utterly unexpected. All right, good to know that there are people even weirder than me down here. So, how's it going?
Bad.
All right, I guess. How are you?
Can't complain. Well, I can, actually. But I spent the last, I spent the first few 100 years doing that, and then you learn to live with it. Live with,
or
die with. You get it. You know.
Exist
Exactly.
with it. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm here for you to kill.
What?
Come again?
Oh, I'm the practice dummy, I guess you could say.
God. So I can have even more bone powder?
You can
She just like draws a sword.
whoa.
When Skelly is like, I'm here for you to kill, Kohl like shoots him.
This just went
Just
from
to
0
see
to
what's
60
going
very quickly.
We're already doing really good at this, so
I'm here for you to kill. Okay, bye.
No question, no follow-up question. And Tybee's I'm just gonna take a step back. Be like, just holding my 2 knives, like I don't want to hurt him. I'm just gonna hold my 2 knives and just take a step back.
I just look around. So now what? Do we leave? Was that it? Zagreus couldn't do that?
Was that
As you've shot the rib cage of Skelly just kind of shatters, and again he goes, "Oh!"
Kyveli
that was
scoops
a
up all the
good shot.
bones?
Yeah, just scraping up all the bones off the floor.
That one will heal right eventually. Maybe in the next 3 or 4 lives. We'll see. Anyway, yeah. So I'm just here to kind of just explain how things are going to go. There's going to be a few different situations that you're going to have to deal with. Killing stuff mostly, walking through doors, talking with people. It's mostly going to be some easy stuff. It's only really the end parts you should really worry about. But
What are the end parts?
you'll run into more interesting people down here. Let's say that. Far more interesting people. I wish I could tell you who, but
More
I don't
interesting than
actually
you.
know.
So
Yeah,
everyone here is useless.
I doubt they're more interesting than you. You're very interesting.
oh, well, I'm flattered.
Is anyone down
You
here
should be.
have
That was the point.
any straightforward information for us, or is everyone going to be like vaguely menacing?
I mean, I'm going to be straightforward with you. The individuals that you will run into are they're assigned at random, so it could really be anyone.
So let me get this straight. This place is kind of operated like it's like Hades' like business or whatever, right? But he doesn't actually know what's going on, and neither do any of his employees.
That's
Sounds
a
like management.
weird
It's like a
way
man in
of
charge.
putting it, but I suppose when you put it like that.
You see, that's why I think Hades' wife should take over the business. He is terrible,
It would make much more sense. Be more direct.
right? I'm sure it'd be much more orderly. It feels like he got in charge and he didn't care and he just kind of let it do its thing. He didn't even make this place. He found it.
That's true.
Yeah.
He just
I'm
sat
not
down.
I
surprised.
mean, technically he was given it, but that's beside the point.
Gave in, found whatever. He just sat down. It was already doing stuff, and he just let it keep doing stuff. Anyway, so we go out there and we kill some stuff, and then we leave, and we prove Zagreus is shit. As
You
Kyveli
have
says.
to.
Like, was that part? Was that a requirement of the job?
To prove Zagreus is shit.
Yes.
I feel like it was.
I feel
I
like it
mean,
was.
I don't feel
Yeah.
like
I just want a water bed.
I don't feel like Zag would want you to prove it, but I mean, I am gonna be thrilled if you manage to get through faster than he did. So,
Is this a timed thing?
not really. I'm just easily amused. Like, it's boring down here when you've only got one person to speak to.
And if that person is Zagreus, which is kind of what you're implying, I feel really bad for you.
You should ask for a
Yeah.
water bed. Do you get a bed? Do you get to sleep?
I don't really sleep, you know.
Well, I mean, like, do you get to, like, sit?
I don't really
You
need
should
to.
unionize. Is what you should do.
Can one person be a union? I
Well,
don't
there are other
think
people
that's
who-
how that works.
Well, there are other people who work here, right? It seems like if they're all kind of working.
But only
all
one
the
person
time.
really does my job. So, you know.
All right.
So we go through the really beautiful, creepy purple portal, and then we kill a bunch of things. I can grind up their bones to make potions. We come back here.
Oh, good.
You'll get back here
Actually,
one way or
bone
another.
powder makes really disgusting bread, but it's very useful for some ointments and things like that.
The first part is going to be relatively easy. It's kind of like you're easing you into the work, as it were. You might run into a couple of people, you might not. Who knows? I suppose the one thing I should perhaps warn you, you may have noticed that some of these people are a little on edge about people interfering in the underworld's business. You'll occasionally find people that you can go ahead and have a chat with, but the roster seems to have expanded as of late.
Yeah, that's us, right?
More, not that you're not wonderful individuals, but a step up or two.
I can't describe the daggers that Nomalanga is shooting at Scully. And then looks at Kohl and then looks at Scully.
I mean, you can hit me if you want. Nothing's gonna happen. I'll die and come back. Like, that's fine.
What if we take you out of this room?
I'll just pop back in here.
What if we take you to the surface?
I'll just pop back in here.
What if we kill Hades and then kill you?
You can kill Hades. I don't think that's happening anytime soon.
Serious face, that's not what I asked. Is it tied to Hades or is it tied to this room?
Any of you need any help with weapons or anything? Because, like, I can definitely get you sorted out one way or another. And if not, then you can go ahead and head straight through. Like, that's fine.
Looks down at all her equipment. Picks
I
up
have
the
2
big
knives.
staff.
2 knives is
With
good.
0 knowledge on how to really use either of them, so I think I'm all right.
You sound entirely confident with that.
Kohl, give me my bag.
Do I look like the kind of person who knows how to use knives?
You should watch
Do I look like the kind of
Nomalanga.
person who should be alive?
You don't look like a person.
You're not alive.
Is the thing.
Yourself. You are dead. So no.
You are like the inside parts of a person. I don't mean any offense. I'm not like insulting you. I'm describing you.
Oh, no,
You
that's
literally
okay.
asked a question.
Yours might be upset, though. Make sure it doesn't crawl out in the night, but, it's fine.
As long as it comes back in the morning, I don't care what it does at night.
Does nighttime happen here?
Not really.
All right, so then yes, I would like my bones to remain inside of me. I amend my previous statement.
Nomalanga takes her back from Kohl and leaves.
Bye now. Hope you have fun.
Kohl!
Lovely to meet you, Scully. You're my favorite person I've met down here.
Likewise. At the
I'll be
moment.
back for more fingers.
I stopped for 1 second and think, how did Skelly snap? He has skin. It's a glamour charm. It's so you don't get
It's a
touched and
lie.
watch his skin fall apart.
Everything I've known is a lie.
You don't know. Bones
Heads
could
off.
snap, maybe.
I guess.
Yeah, mine do
guess
literally
technic-
every time I move.
I guess technically, I have no way of knowing if an animated skeleton could snap. You're correct. You know what? I rescind my statement.
All right. Well, have a good day, Skelly. Sure we'll see you again soon. This has been lovely.
Hope you have a good time too. Now you got this.
Yeah.
Do you have enough bones?
Yeah.
Puts the gun back down.
She has like more than like chunks in her hands, and she just gets
I
the
was
same
gonna say,
vial
like,
out.
The entirety of like his right hand side, like rib cage, has just been blown away by Kohl. He's just been here, just chatting this entire time.
Yeah, she's filled up a few vials with some powder. They go
uh-huh.
away into the depths of the cloak.
Maybe never to return. Who knows?
Who
Did you
knows?
have a lot of friends when you were topside?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Did they also like carry a lot of stuff and ask people for bones?
I mean, some of them would for me, or
That's a good friend.
yeah.
I don't think I
I miss
have any
them.
friends who I'd be willing to go ask people for bones for. Gonna have to do some self-reflection. All right.
I mean, sometimes they didn't exactly ask so much as take, but you know.
You can't take people's bones.
But sometimes you need them.
That they probably did too.
That's fine.
Could I request that you not take my bones?
Oh, no, I wouldn't take your bones. No,
Oh,
you're
okay.
nice. Don't worry.
It remains to be seen, but thank you for thinking so.
And, you know, Skelly's a special case because, I mean, look at him. So I now have an infinite source of bones. I'm fine.
It's about the worms and the bee wings now.
Yeah. You do notice as she walks past you that there's some like cords coming down the back of the mantle under the fur that have some like little bone decorations on them. Like strung like beads.
Sorry, so we just hit 380 out of our 300 goal.
Woo!
Let's go. What if we just went for? Let's just go for 400.
Y'all realize that was
already,
for the month, right? Like
we're already what?
Bitches love Hades.
Bitches love Hades. What if we just fucking doubled it? Why not? Let's just go.
Let's go.
I mean, what if? Yeah, like, you know, just saying.
Next stop 420. We all get a waterbed. Make it to 420. We all get a waterbed.
At 420, we blaze it, and I know what that means.
Everyone
I don't
gets
think
set
Ray
on
does.
fire. I don't think that's a
No
good
problem.
But yeah, no, shout out. Thanks everyone who's been donating.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Y'all are incredible. Thank you.
What's through this portal, Ray?
Let's go.
All right, who is stepping
take my
through the
bone.
portal first?
I literally walked away while everyone was talking.
Fair.
Cole followed
All right.
after.
Yeah,
In that case-
I asked Cole for my things, took them, and walked through the portal.
In that case,
I love a woman who knows what she wants.
Austin, go ahead and roll me a d20.
Gladly. Welcome to the first roll of our Blades in the Dark game, rolling a d20.
Yeah. What is this?
17.
A
Ooh.
17. 17.
Lucky number 17.
Okay, wonderful. Cool. So, interesting.
I don't like how any of that was said.
I don't like wonderful or interesting coming out the mouth of a GM.
So you step. So you step
Interest.
through the portal as the first individual that steps through. there is a small kind of very, very faint flash of light that doesn't really seem to source from anywhere, just seems to kind of cover the room. There's a small pathway that leads to a door. The pathway is relatively narrow, surrounded on both sides by the same red liquid that you've already seen. There's a little bit of a rumble underneath the ground beneath you before you see, a few steps ahead of you, a small orb kind of manifest itself in front. You hear a small sound that kind of echoes throughout the chamber. And the orb kind of spins and comes to rest. You see this small kind of silver circle underneath, and contained in this circle is kind of an orange-ish color with a ball of what seems to be like a sun symbol, but it's a little bit more kind of like a real sun than it is a traditional kind of like, just circle with like triangles around it. It's a little bit more kind of plasma-ish, I guess. It sits there in the center. There's a small little beam of light that comes out from under it.
I would like to ponder the orb.
You may ponder the orb.
I'll ponder the orb.
I go up and ponder the orb.
Okay.
Hey, there's some pondering for the rest of us. I don't
Yeah.
You feel like this bead of magic contains a message for you. Message for someone, at the very least.
Hello?
There's a small kind of rumble as the disc underneath, the little silver kind of circle, begins to spin. The orb kind of twists, and popping out is an image of a mask-presenting individual, a rather tall black man with this kind of crest comes up across the shoulders and up around him, almost creating like a halo of like orange and gold behind this beautiful white and gold gown that continues all the way down his arms and almost seems to trail off towards his hands. There's a flicker of flame at the very edge of the sleeves here and the coattails as well. He seems to be floating and his feet kind of are pointed slightly. There's small streams of what seems to be this orangey kind of energy, as it were, that almost seems to emanate from his fingertips as well. He comes up, takes a look at you. Curiosity. Tilts his head a little bit further. Nods once, and twisting his hand and his wrist up, he creates this small orb of plasma, as it were, almost like a small sun creating in the palm of his hand. He holds it there and just... Well, this is interesting. I'm pleased to meet you.
Yes, I love Nomalanga. Who are you?
Strange that you do not recognize me. Although then again, I suppose I also don't recognize this area around us. This is not...
Oh,
not
you brought him for the job as well? Are you also here to prove that Zagreus is shit?
Who is Zagreus?
Yeah.
You're not from Olympus, thank goodness.
Not from here?
Not entirely sure what an Olympus is either, but...
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Finally someone.
Are you new?
Who are you?
Your name?
Like, do you have a name?
I do. Yes,
And
I'm not
it
from
is?
around here. I saw that there was some powers congregating for various different reasons, and it would appear as though at least a part of my presence was desired. You can call me Oleron, god of the sun.
Hello.
Not the one that you recognize, I don't think.
Not the sun we recognize, or not the god of the sun that we recognize.
I think you might have another name for the god of light down here. This certainly doesn't look like any territory that any of my followers would have gone through before.
So where are you from?
How'd you get here? It's weird.
There are other powers at play, other individuals that tend to go through these lands, as of recently, at the very least. The gods of Olympus aren't the only gods that exist. They're certainly not the only ones with power. Sometimes souls get misplaced. It is up to us to lead them to where they truly should be.
Okay.
Misplaced how? Like, Nomalanga said that she's not dead. So, like, did she get misplaced?
I'm pretty sure I cannot die.
Wait, what?
Oh,
People
die, that's what happens to them.
I'm not mortal.
Oh, dope.
Kohl is not mortal either. We should not be dead.
Well, that in itself is an interesting development.
I'm gonna turn to Kyveli and be like, are you mortal?
I mean, as far as I know, yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say, I'm here, aren't I? But considering... yeah. But no, I mean, as far as I know, I'm just a person.
I mean, me
just
too. Like,
do
I mean,
cool shit.
I mean, like, I told people when I was alive that I wasn't, but like, I'm definitely just a human.
Wait, why were you like? Sorry, you are not good at whispering.
You're very loud.
I wasn't trying to whisper.
I'm sorry, we
know what
interrupted a god. You have a message for us, yes?
Simply trying to figure out why individuals that are not from Olympus are ending up in this area, but I suppose that's not something you're going to be able to shed any light on.
Nah, we're new. They don't tell us shit.
Everyone is very vague down here. They're not as straightforward as where I'm from.
Regardless.
You might actually be the most straightforward person we've met. You and Nyx, maybe. But probably a bit more you. I like you.
Sounds about right for the people of Olympus.
They're not very good communicators.
Also sounds about right for the people of Olympus.
It might be why they have so much family drama.
If you'd ever like to know how much drama and how well they communicate, look at their relationship history.
Yeah.
Bit fucked.
Regardless, I can only be here for a little while, so allow me to light the path ahead. Just a touch. And the orb shrinks down to a tiny kind of like speck. And Nomalanga, they will flick it your way.
Thank you. What is this?
A gift.
Okay, please don't do the vague thing. We all just...
What does it do?
Yeah.
It's light.
It will help you see things a little more clearly and assist you in whatever task you wish to use it on.
Okay.
It's still pretty vague.
It will help however it needs to help. It's up to you to decide when you would like to spend it.
It's potential.
A little bit of everything, let's say.
Thank you. Yes.
Well, thank you for whatever. this will eventually do to help us.
What was your name again?
Olerin.
Aloran. Pleasure
Thanks.
to meet you.
Yeah, thanks.
Places
Well
his
met.
hands together. Does just a small bow before almost melting into the same plasma that he had in his hand for a moment back into the orb and vanishes. Nomalanga. If you are to, for the next few sessions, if you're going to go ahead and make a roll, you can use that little bead before you make the roll. And it's a one-time use only, but whatever you use it on immediately goes up a success stage.
Sick.
Nice.
So if you
Nice.
were to fail, partial success. If it were a partial success, full success.
Does it make a full success a crit?
Maybe.
That's not a no.
It's potential. There's no limitation to it. So yes, it goes up one stage. If you want to use it and you get a full success, it will turn into a crit.
Cool. I put that in boot pocket.
For safekeeping.
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 Yeah, I think I look at. So like Kyveli and type of your parents are just like people.
I mean, as far as I know.
As far as I know.
Huh.
Didn't really know them,
Oh well, I'm sorry. That's sad.
I guess. I mean, it's if I don't know who my parents are, then they could be anyone.
True.
And they have been everyone. When convenient.
Oh, the Lang.
So your
Yes.
parents are like gods or something?
Well, my father is.
Which one?
Huh.
Ogun?
Like a cool one? Who?
Ogun? Father of the forge, god of iron and steel and flame?
Cool.
Oh. That's really cool.
I hear you have someone different here that does that.
Yeah, our guy's called
Um,
Hephaestus.
Hephaestus. And Cole, are you the like
No, I was born from belief, if that is the best way to describe it. A
Like
forge
somebody-
is where I'm from. The more that
Like some-
people believe in their weapons, the more thought there is to the forge. And that manifests into the gestures to himself.
so
like,
you that got willed into existence?
Yes.
That is so much cooler than the way humans have children.
Yeah.
they
Seriously.
didn't have a name when I met them. They were just like walking around without a name.
Oh.
They're like,
Aw.
you don't have to give me a name. I was like, I'm not. What am I gonna call you, my pet? So sometimes, but you need a name.
That's very sweet,
So
actually.
So okay, so Olerin should know my father, but he did not recognize me. So something is going on. I
Do you look different?
don't think so. Do I look different? Cool.
Do you want a mirror? She like reaches into the cloak.
It's like Ariel and her human stuff cave. I have 16 mirrors. Which size would you like?
There's like a big crack through the one she hands you, but it's like a pretty fancy looking, but rusted and cracked. Like
I look the
Hand
same.
mirror.
I guess my eyes have gone out. Wait, one and she, like kind of focuses, and you see little like flames light in her eyes. No, there they go.
that's pretty cool.
I blame this Agrius person. Let's get out of here.
Agreed.
Yeah. Probably his fault somehow.
Men.
Cole looks around. Is it? There is nothing here but that orb. That was the only thing here.
As the orb faded, you continue with this small discussion. Then there's a little rumble again underneath you as down the other end of the hall, a small skull kind of appears on the ground. Just sits there for a moment.
Good
Oh,
night.
hey, Skelly.
No bones.
Bright red eyes stare right down at you all before it shakes and wobbles. And then another skull pops up underneath it. There's a slight yellowish glow about them as another one appears. And another one, and another one. Slowly kind of popping up into this little pile. It shakes a little. And
So,
Oh, I hate this.
I was gonna say the topmost one kind of just opens its jaw, just and sits there, looking at you all.
just like, so is that like Skelly's cousins, or are these some of the things we have to kill?
Kohl, shoot
Oh,
us.
one way to find out.
Bang!
Okay, so we're doing this.
That is, I mean, fair.
Cole has like long range weapons, and it's like super far ahead just watching this thing. It's like, Skelly regenerated. I'm gonna see if these will regenerate. Bam!
Absolutely understandable. This one you will have to roll for.
Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go. So I just roll the amount of d6s that are on my sheet,
Mm-hmm.
which would be
So however many pips
skirmish.
are in there, yeah, there'll be a skirmish for this one. For this one. For this one. There we go.
Okay. I got a 4 and a 5.
Okay.
Ooh.
Cool. So that's partial success. So you go ahead and fire, and you get a damn solid shot into this thing. You watch as a few of these skulls crack and splinter away onto the ground. To someone's dismay, perhaps, the bone does disintegrate and turn into ash on the ground. This time, at least. The
I
pile...
presume not Skelly.
Confirmed.
The pile will then go ahead and shake again, and as the mouth hangs open, it just suddenly... And this, like, small kind of blast of yellow comes out of its mouth, and you realize it's, like, another skull that has been fired straight back towards you. With your partial success, we'll say that it has taken some harm, but it does get to fire back. So we shall see.
That's fine.
Not with that frickin' roll, it doesn't. It fires this, and you just kind of nonchalantly just lean to the side a little and watch as this thing just floats straight past you.
Cole does not look impressed. Sort of like, oh, okay.
I will finish. And Nomalanga's gonna stride up to it and almost like reach out of the air and pulls, like, these embers form, and she pulls out of like thin air this like giant claymore made of flames. And I'm just gonna go fucking
Nice.
smash it.
Go ahead and roll
Yes.
Uh, 6 and a 5.
Nice.
Nice.
Damn.
6 is a success. So yeah, you go ahead and swing down, carve this thing asunder, and it splits and shatters and just turns to ash on the ground. What little magic there was holding this thing together is now just completely dissipated. There's... Weirdly enough, as it hits the ground, splits apart into the ash kind of blows away, and there seems to be a few kind of like small gold coins scattered in the remains.
I pick one up. Kyveli, you wanted money? Yes?
I would like money, please.
Antiope, you both want.
Yes,
There's money here.
that-
Cool.
I don't know if I can use this when I go home. So
She's gonna go over and like scoop up some of the ash.
While she's scooping up the ash, I'm going to be picking the money up out of the ashes and just sticking it in
She
my
gets some money
satchel.
as well, but she also just quietly scoops the ash into another vial and puts it
Oh,
away.
I love recycling.
I hope I think of something to use all of this random crap she's gathering for.
It'll turn out
Is
at
this-
some point, I'm sure.
Yeah.
What brand of urban foraging is this? Sub urban foraging.
That scatters, and the pillars behind shake for a moment, and you see what was just a wall now seems to kind of push outwards, and you realize it's actually a small alcove that's revealing itself, and a stone door raises up and opens up into a different room.
Oh, that was it.
I guess we go
done?
through the door next. All right, well, if it's going to be that easy, maybe I'm not as concerned as I was about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
do you know how to use your 2 knives?
I mean, just...
Okay, let Kohl shoot the things. You
No,
will-
Cole
you
can
will talk to them.
absolutely shoot the things. This is for when things get too close. I have used weaponry before, but it's really a last-ditch effort. Talking didn't work, or talking worked too well, and now you need to fix things. But we'll be fine. Fix things. Fix things in a way I'm sure Cole is used to fixing things.
Yes. Not to worry.
I have complete trust in you.
Careful, that's what I told them when I met them.
Oh, and you did end up No, I'm sure it's fine. What's the chances of that happening again?
Okay, you bless your heart.
Well, somebody should.
So, as the door is now opened, you do have some more kind of small fry to run into, per se. So, I'm going to put this on a clock. I'm going to put this on a 4-stage progress clock. And I would like you to essentially think of how you are going to get yourselves through the next few encounters, as it were. And every time everyone is completely successful, I will ask you to roll a d20, and that will determine what boon you will get for completing that segment of the clock.
Okay.
So, because it is the starting dungeon, it's only going to be a 4-stage clock. For now. But yes, I'm going to leave it up to your interpretation as to how you would like to handle the next few rooms. So you step inside and realize the next few are going to be a pretty much a breeze at this point. There's a few more of those kind of skull creatures. There's a few more of these small kind of almost fairy-esque creatures. They're a little fast, but they're not exactly very good shots. And a few bigger individuals involved as well, but nothing that the four of you cannot handle. So I'd like to know, basically, how you would tackle these situations, what skill you would like to use to do so. I shall leave it entirely up to your role-playing interpretation.
I mean, I think me and Kohl keep smashing stuff.
Yeah.
Personally.
I think Cole hasn't shown anyone, but like as a hound, I get an animal. But when they enter into the rooms and like there's a sense that there's more creatures, like Cole will sort of extend the hand, and you see where the gold is of like sort of that tattoo sort of stuff. like from it is like heat and smoke, and like this like little firebird comes out of like him, and it will sort of survey to kind of get a sense of what is around so that Kohl can tell Nomalanga where the things are to hit, where I can shoot, where like Antiope can sort of like hide and like, you know, outmaneuver. And also probably for Kyveli, like whether there's anything interesting that she may want to tell as well.
Love that for all of us.
Yeah, I think I go in skirmishing between the giant fire claymore you saw, and then there's like a shorter sword she uses. And I think it's like a Kohl weekends, and then between me and Antiope or Kyveli, whatever like skills we have, we can finish off because Kohl can like we can walk in and Kohl can like shoot from the door, in theory. And then we can kind of like that. You get that one, Kohl tag that one. I'll get that slightly bigger one since I'm like the melee one. Or Kyveli, you also stand far away,
right? Yeah, like she has some like swords and like a staff and stuff on her, but you get the impression that the blades might be more for like carving things.
These are pretty.
Oh no, they're not pretty. They're gross looking, but they're more for like getting ingredients. No, Kyveli is. She will every time they go into a room, kind of like look at what's in there, and then rummage through her cloak of everything and pull out like some different vials and pouches, and just like mix some things together in like another vial or something, and like shake it all together, and maybe like.
Do you want to use my bird?
Like, your what?
Do you want to use my bird for your like as your little
like dropping bombs?
A bomber bird?
Yeah. So I feel like
God.
she's brewing. Typically, it's things that have some kind of like acidic, like burning, melting effect or something, or like noxious gases. And she will sprinkle the bone powder into those like necrotic acidic concoctions.
Hell yeah, I'm so here for this.
Yeah, and I think like Antiope's whole deal is like keeping physical confrontations like away from her. So like she has her 2 knives, but I think she also has like a bolo type thing. So like if something gets too close, she just like will toss it to try to like tangle them up and make them fall further away from her so that the hitters can then go hit them as they are incapacitated. It's like, please do not come near me.
I like it. Okay. Fantastic. Cool. So let's go let's get some rolls going. Kohl, what skill would you like to use here? I assume probably your combat skill, considering.
Yes.
But I'm going to ask anyway.
Yes,
I would like to
will
hit
probably
things. Roll a
Pew
2.
pew.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, go ahead and roll. We shall see how
Okay.
successful you are.
I got a 6 as my highest roll.
Amazing. Cool. Go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Yes.
Oh gosh. 17.
Hey.
A 17. Beautiful. Okay, cool. I will get back to that in a moment. Wonderful. I'm going to pronounce this wrong every time. Antiope? Antiope. I'm so sorry in advance for all the times I say that wrong.
Gotta love the Greek names.
Yeah, what skill do you think you would like to use here in order to help out the team?
I'm hoping finesse.
Yeah,
'Cause,
you
like-
could absolutely justify finesse.
Oh, good. Yay. Okay. So 1 and a 6. So 6. Woo, woo, woo.
All right, if you can also roll me a d20.
Let me get a d20. Here we go. Ooh, a 20.
Excellent. Cool. Nomalanga.
What's up? I'm rolling.
Are you also hitting things, I assume?
I am hitting things. That is what I'm good at. That is the cutter's whole thing.
You got this.
How's my thing work again? I have to say before I use it? Before I roll it?
Yes,
Yeah.
before you roll. If you want to go ahead and use it, before you roll, and it'll go up a success stage.
I already rolled. Wait, 5 is still a success, or is it only 6? I got a 5. I got a 3 and a 5.
Okay, 5 is a partial success, I believe. Yes,
Okay.
partial success.
Okay, so only 6 is full success. Got it.
Yes, indeed. Okay, cool. So you are certainly successful in helping out the team here. However, you're not quite as focused as Kohl here, and you will take a harm as a result.
That's okay. I have a thing for that, I think.
I also have a thing for that.
only a lesser harm, just because
Okay.
it's just, it's cannon fodder,
Can I-
basically, at this point.
Can I make it 0? Is that a thing? One of my abilities is I can expend my special armor to reduce harm from an attack.
Yeah, you can
don't-
absolutely do that.
I don't know how. Wait. I'm looking at this character sheet like I know what I'm doing. Oh, I can. Okay, I see. No, I won't do that. It looks like I can only use my special armor once, probably until we die. So no.
Okay,
So I will take a lesser harm.
so you will take a harm there. All right.
Cole will be probably vengeful if it gets worse. That is my special ability.
Excellent. Awesome. All right. And Kyveli.
So given that she's like brewing witchy potions and doing magical concoctions, I feel like there's an argument for using a tune, which is in Blades like the magic stat.
100%. Yes.
Yay, I get to roll 3d6.
Oh, dang.
5 as well. So it's still a partial success.
All right. I'm actually going to get you to roll a d20 for me as part of your consequence.
Uh-oh.
Unless,
Oh, wait.
as Nat has said, you can make a resistance roll to take stress instead, or you can take the consequence. But yeah,
Thanks,
partial
Nat.
success. But
Thanks, boyfriend. Sorry, repeat the thing about taking. So you can take stress to.
you can make a resistance roll to take stress instead of a consequence. If you're taking the consequence, it's a partial success, so it won't be too bad. But out of curiosity, I want you to roll a d20. Just because you used a tune, I'm curious.
Okay, yeah, no, fuck it. I want to do it. Sounds fun. Roll the d20. It's a 15 on the d20.
Cool. All right. Awesome. You are definitely successful in your endeavor there. You feel a slight tugging at you while you're here. You're not entirely sure what's going on, but the more you tap into the more, perhaps not arcane knowledge, perhaps that's not the right word, but the more kind of occult knowledge that you have, there's just something kind of pulling at some kind of string in the back of your head, but you're not entirely 100% sure what that is. There's just something going on.
Okay.
And that is the first segment of the second.
Sorry, we just hit 420.
420.
Perfect timing. Good. Yeah, no, so clearly me setting it for like 300 for the week was a a terrible.
Listen, I'm saying it right now. We can get 600 by the end of next week. We can be at 600 by the time you see us again. I already know we can. We're gonna double it.
Hell
We're gonna
yeah.
And remember,
Listen,
if we get to
And
600, we all get to marry Megara and we do a
Yep.
wedding episode.
Yeah.
Wedding episode.
Oh my god,
Canon.
yes.
Can't you've been outvoted, Weaver. Sorry.
I mean, I'm not.
We've
against
unionized.
it.
Oh my
We've
gosh.
unionized in the Zoom chat.
Okay, I see how it is. I see how it is. Okay, cool. So, yes, with that mixed success, there is going to be a second clock that is going to be ticking here, a danger clock that will last for all 4 sessions.
Oh, dip.
Hey, now.
Danger.
How dangerous.
And that will fill 1 segment. As it was a partial success. But yes, you're most certainly successful in that regard.
Okay.
You clear the next few rooms without any issue. There are definitely some strange creatures down here in the underworld. You clear more than a few rooms with ease. A little kind of poke to you, Nomalanga, but nothing you haven't dealt with before. But you eventually open out into a different kind of room, less decorative, no strange magical creatures in this area, no strange spirits, no strange hostile encounters, so to speak. During this time, we had 2 successes, right? It was Kohl and yes, wonderful. Cool. So, for yourself, Kohl, stepping into this room with everyone, you managed to get a hold of, from one of the bodies of the things you dealt with, some kind of purplish crystal from the ground. A material that you haven't really encountered before, or at least you don't think you've encountered it before. Quite pretty in its own weird way, but definitely firm to the touch, definitely cold. There's something odd about it. And you feel like it might come in useful at some point, perhaps. And as you all step in the room, another one of those orbs kind of appears before you. This time more of a brighter hue, as it were, but kind of mixes between purples and pinks. There's another little flash of light around you. The orb swirls, and there's a scent of fruit that hits your nostrils, a scent of a little bit of kind of fermentation almost in the air. So you almost hear a chuckle from somewhere around the room. This orb manifests into what appears to be a chalice with the same kind of like a silver disc spinning around the bottom. With your success there, you know that message is for you, Antiope. Antiope. I'm gonna get it wrong every time. I'm sorry.
Antiope.
Antiope.
Yes.
It's the
for me.
Britishness makes me want to go anti, not anti.
Mm.
Sorry. Antiope.
I guess I'll go up to it and just like reach out and touch it, I guess.
As you reach out, there's another little kind of like laugh almost, and like a small little cheer of merriment that kind of fills your senses around you as the orb twists and manifests into this incredibly handsome, well-built, dark-skinned individual lying back in a recliner chair almost, with this kind of just what is very clearly some kind of like Grecian party outfit, as it were. Still gorgeous, but definitely a little kind of looser and more comfortable than you've seen other gods wear, perhaps. He lies back with this small little crown around his head. Little kind of sections of this outfit positioned in a way to be revealing enough to give him a little bit of confidence. He is hot as fuck. He lies back, pulls the chalice up, and kind of looking you in the eyes, just takes a sip, lets it drop down, and just... Well, it's been a while since I've gotten to party around here. How is it going?
Good, I suppose.
Good is good.
And-
Oh, sorry. Drink?
Well, if you're offering, I will take. I will take and sip.
It is a very fine wine. A little sweet. Still got that bit of an alcoholic kick, but it's definitely sweet enough to take the edge off. It's that kind of wine where you know that drinking too much of it too fast would be incredibly dangerous because the alcohol is probably a lot more than you can taste right here. But the gentleman ahead of you seems to be handling it well as they sip a little, and then the sip kind of turns into a few gulps. You notice as the cup comes down, it doesn't seem to be any emptier than it was, but...
Do you not get around to these parts often, or are there just often not parties here?
Oh, it's just been a while, and, well, you know... God, I love that kid, but also... Oh, by Olympus, he's a little dull sometimes, but we try. I've tried to lighten him up, I really have, but he's just not that... He's the kid of Hades, you know, like father, like son. Boring, he's boring.
I mean, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, I assume, so, you know.
Not unless you're making cider.
Fair point. Fair point. So, cheers. Thank you for bringing a little bit of brevity to this very dour place.
Oh, I'm sorry, your friends. Drinks? Drinks, definitely. Reaches back into just the ether and seems to pull out from nothing just these chalices. Hands them forwards.
Mixing here. Yes, if you insist.
Kyveli takes hers, sprinkles some powder she just seems to pull out of a pocket directly into it, and then drinks.
What is that?
Don't worry about it.
I mean, if that is more your spice, I'm sure there's something back here that I can... no, later. You know what? It's the first meeting. We'll take it a little... We'll go slow. It's fine.
Well, the first, but hopefully not the last. Right?
I high five you from
Perhaps not. You already reek of far more personality than old Zaggy Boy does, so...
Well,
Not hard.
I'm gonna call him that now.
I mean, it's not hard, but also we are lovely company.
Another high five.
Just like one of these.
Kind of looks at these, like, the looking at the sly little high fives, he just smiles this kind of big, charming grin. Just, so that's more your speed. Okay, remind me to page Aphrodite, and we'll make sure to get a party going.
Sounds good to me.
Excellent.
Perfect, yes.
Well, glad to see you. Sorry you're stuck doing whatever Zagreus has planned for you, but
Well, somebody has to do it.
certainly.
And he can't, so...
I was about to
have to do
say,
it.
apparently not him, but it has been a pleasure nonetheless. I hope you enjoy the drinks, and that should help. The next time you deal with a particularly bad situation, that should help you mellow out a little bit, just a touch.
Well, cheers. Until we meet again.
I do hope it's soon. Throws you a little wink, lies back, and the silhouette vanishes.
I need to go lie down.
Nice.
That's what your gods are like here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
guess so. It was pretty hot.
Apparently, it's the second one I've ever met, I guess. 'Cause-
He sucked.
right? And
Wait,
brothers.
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing, is that Hades got shunted down here and hates everything and everyone about it, right?
Which
So
Guess to a certain
Oh.
point is
Some-
valid.
the ones up on Olympus get to party and stuff, so they're like way happier or something like that.
Oh, he's like the little brother they forced down here.
Yeah, he was like the kid that they bullied. And he's like a sourpuss about it.
Except he's the oldest, but
Oh, so he is also shit like Zagreus.
Yeah.
well, Zagreus is an only child. He reeks of only childness, but that's
He
neither
does.
here nor there.
Fair. But no, he was really hot.
He was.
Really,
Like, I feel like, don't they say like you're not supposed to look directly at the gods because it'll make you like, it'll burn your brain out of your head? Maybe because we're
Not a
all
problem.
maybe because we're all dead already. Like that's not an issue. But like I get it. Like I feel like my brain is a little bit melted.
maybe like he could probably get you out of here.
Well,
No, it's funny you mentioned that, because that's actually kind of how apparently Dionysus was created. Was like Zeus, found
yeah.
into bone like he does.
Oh,
And then she wanted to see his true form, but he was like, "No, you'll die."
and then her brain melt.
And then
he's
she
like, "Okay,
melted,
fine."
but she was pregnant with a baby, so he took the baby and then like sewed it into his
Sewed it
leg, and
into
then it
his
was
thigh.
Dionysus.
yeah, I think
Antiope is also just like, yeah, like this is known. this is a totally normal story that exists. Like,
There's some more steps and complications to it. I think Hero is tricking someone as well, and
So-
there's
but the long and short
Wait,
is
does no one here like each other?
the
well, they're all
gods. No, they hate
they're all
each other.
siblings, so no.
They're all siblings, but they're also married to each other and each other's
Mhm.
children.
Oh, yes.
It's not so much like a family tree as like a family ball of vines.
Mm.
Right.
There are some that seem a little bit chiller than others.
Yeah.
But like when you get to like the top like 6 or so, like the original ones, it's yeah.
Huh.
Nah, it's a little fucked.
Yeah, we don't have that problem.
No.
Your underworld is probably a lot better organized than this.
Yeah, it's
Definitely.
probably
With
a little more
what
boring.
we've seen.
But it's interesting.
Okay, so in history, we should probably keep moving. A thigh. I say as we
Yeah.
start moving.
Yeah, and then he just don't even get us started on how Athena was born.
Oh, yeah, that's a really funny story. Or Aphrodite, that's one of my favorite ones.
Oh, that's
Oh no.
Oh no.
You walk your head through the room, just giving a history lesson. Like, oh no.
Look, I just think Greek creation myths are really funny.
They're so good.
The room, the room that you're in kind of continues. There's a small little corridor before opening out to this very, very large cubic room. There's kind of a chill in the air in this room, as there's what seems to be spectators almost. These shades and spirits kind of all the way around the outside. The room is kind of tinted, a very kind of blood red shade before kind of come towards the back, kind of brightening up just a little bit. There's a very large metal gate which seems to be blocking the way. I need to roll a dice. Okay. That's fair. You can see this room kind of begin to darken a little bit, and there's kind of flickers of shadows here and there. There's a soft but quite serious voice that echoes throughout the chamber as you just hear, "Oh, well, it appears as though you've been left off easy. I'll have to do something about that, I suppose." There's a blotch of colour almost that kind of drops from the sky and lands pretty much in the centre of the room. The first thing you see is this large single wing unfolding and the crack of a whip off to the side as they pull it back into their hands. The silhouette kind of now stands. You see these tall high heels leading up to this incredibly attractive form-fitting bodysuit. This high ponytail kind of tied up and kind of a goth-ish look, but it really works for the makeup across. She stands there looking towards you all, kind of twirls the whip in her hand. "See your Zagreus' new playthings, Figures."
Oh, excuse me. I am no one's plaything. Kohl is my plaything.
Tightens
She
the
is
whip.
correct.
I mean, we could talk.
Could do more than talk too.
We never make it out of Hades. We're too busy. Zagreus is like,
This entire game is just bully the men, hit on the women. Bully the men, hit on the
it's like I sent them down there like 100 years, but they never got out and they never came back. It's like, no, they just stopped and hit every single woman they met.
What are we supposed to do?
They loosen the rope a little bit and just... Maybe
Go
it's
on.
probably worth keeping things where I can see them. I don't exactly think you're going to be getting past me anyway.
Oh, it's like a fight thing.
Oh, it's
Could
like
be.
It's like a fight thing.
Is it like a fight thing or like a fight?
I've been told to deal with you.
That is not direct. I'm going to need a direct, clear statement from you, please.
Statement of intent, please.
Maybe I should ask it as a question. Are you Zagreus' new playthings?
I
I don't think anyone could be Zagreus' plaything.
Does he
We're here
really
to
look
do what
like a
he
top to you?
couldn't.
do what he couldn't. Interesting.
That is what we are here to do. Kyveli, prove he is shit. That's what Kyveli said.
She seems rather attached to that particular adjective. Or noun. Well, noun, normally. Adjective.
It really describes perfectly what we're here to do. So, yes, but we are not playthings. I don't know.
You seem flustered. You always this confident?
I mean,
Are you always this attractive?
Thank you. Hi.
And to think, I thought I rushed to work today. Flicks her ponytail to the side and wraps the whip back around her hand. Pulls it.
Do they just do this deliberately down here? Just make everyone really hot so it's distracting? Is that a thing?
Why is everyone so like the first people we met sucked, and then everyone it's gone up every person we meet since then. Which seems like the opposite of an underworld torture kind of situation. You think it'd be the other way, they'd be really hot, and then each person you meet sucks more and more.
God,
This
I
is
hope
like an
Electa was listening to this.
This is like an all rise mixtape. There's no ebb and flow. It's just go.
Just go. All the way up to your what is it called? You said Olympus?
Yes.
Ebb and flow is more Poseidon's thing. I'm only interested in results.
Me too. Well, I guess we have to fight you if I'm going to get my waterbed. So.
And my worms.
In Kyveli's worms.
I have a Kohl already.
I like to think that my priorities are a little more in line, but who am I to judge?
This got really weird all of a sudden.
Are you sure that's what made it weird? We all came in.
Was it the worms or was it the waterbed? Just so we're clear on who is making the situation
The
weird.
worms were definitely a turn off.
Cool. So the waterbed's still in play.
I don't eat the worms.
I think the worms.
That makes it better.
All
worms are
things
perfectly
have their
fine.
place. So do we have to fight you, or can we just?
We just talk it out, maybe come to some sort of agreement, a mutually beneficial arrangement, or
I have a Kohl.
some.
They are very useful, and I wink.
Or we could play cards.
I was like,
People gamble down here because we could do that instead
That
of
seems like a thing.
fighting.
okay, just for funsies.
I'm
going-
boss battle.
I'm going to offer the party a devil's bargain.
Kiv.
You can talk your way out of this fight instead of battling Megara, but that danger clock will tick twice.
Both of you think I know what that means, Ray. Absolutely. Let me flirt with Meghan.
Good.
We were
How
already
many
heading
ticks
towards
does
the
it
danger
get?
I mean,
So this is an 8-section clock. It would go to 3.
Okay.
I don't remember how to play Blades in the Dark, so yeah, let's do
smoke
it.
them if you got them.
Eight
I've got
clicks,
consort.
whatever.
I've got consort and sway. Let's
That's
go.
good.
Yeah, what a
Future
got-
us to worry about.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got
let
eight
us worry
clicks,
about
come
this
on.
in fucking Elysium, where it matters.
Yeah.
I have 2 in command, if that helps.
I only have 1 in consort.
I have 2 consort and 2 sway. It's almost like the only thing I know how to do is talk to people.
Okay. So do you want to take the devil's bargain?
I made my decision clear.
Yeah.
If
Let's
we
do it.
win, will Megara also go out to a nice dinner date with all of us?
I mean, that is up to what you say to Megara.
All right, Antiope, you gotta get us this girlfriend.
Okay, so
Mhm.
okay, so
It'll be even better if she's like currently dating Zag too. She'll be like,
you can avoid the immediate battle. The clock ticks twice. Antiope, if you would like to roll something, if you would like to go ahead and roll a skill to try and create a desired effect, whatever that might be, you may have the opportunity to. It's up to you.
I would, with the consent of the rest of my party, I would love to try to convince her to,
Yes.
instead of fighting us, go to a nice dinner.
Can we do anything to help?
Let's go to a nice seafood dinner. We'll go fishing later, and then we'll bring the fish back.
You
know what you
A
need?
nice
To
seafood.
fish, you need
Fish.
worms.
I can cook the fish.
I can look hot in the background.
Oh my god.
That is that's very
So,
useful.
the teamwork mechanic, you can assist, you can take a stress to give another character another dice.
Mhm.
If that is something you actually wanted to do, if you wanted to help, you can mark down a stress and hand
Yeah,
over the
absolutely. I
dice.
want this girlfriend. I'll mark a stress.
So
That's what I've always
Me
wanted,
too.
which is a Hades dating sim.
Me too. Yeah. I'll mark a
I will mark
stress.
as much stress
Yeah.
as it takes to get a girlfriend.
I was gonna say, I'm beginning to think.
I'll mark a stress too. Does that mean you get like an extra die from each of us?
I mean, if you want to go ahead and pile it on, I'm not going to stop you. I don't know if that's actually. I don't know if that actually is in the rules, but this is a 4-shot for charity, so hey, whatever.
Who remembers how to play Blades in the Dark here? No one.
Nat, don't
There's-
you dare say a thing in chat.
There's someone in the chat. It's probably Nat who's just going.
It'll be Nat, just like eye twitching. All right, that means I have 46s. So
Mhm. Go ahead and roll. 6 is a success. Double 6 is a crit.
well, I did get a 6. I got a 3, 2 4s, and a 6. So 6.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic. Cool. Okay. So as you're saying all of this, Megara lets the whip loose a little bit. Lets it kind of drop. Immediately kind of throws it up and across her shoulders. Partly as like a display of like, you know, threatening with a whip, but also partly just to show off that she is built. As there's just like muscle across her arm as she's holding it up here. She just...
Oh, he just
All
wanted to
right.
hold me.
This is certainly more interesting than half of the people I've had down here. Fine. State your case.
All right. Well, we have to keep continuing on throughout all of this because Zagreus couldn't do it and instead called upon us to do it for him. Upon completion of our task, how about all of us meet back in the cafe within the House of Hades for a lovely seafood dinner? Yes, it is a date. Or it will be when you say yes.
Well, I'm not exactly against people buying me things. People getting me things at all, really. And things are open right now with other people, so...
Well, if they weren't, they certainly would be after this dinner.
Seafood isn't really my taste, but depending on how far you get, I'll consider it.
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be that. You name the meal and we will provide it as long as you provide yourself and your lovely company.
It's a small smile that crawls across the corner of her face. I'll think about it.
All right. Well, then we'll send word once we've looped back around.
Pulls the whip back down, kind of spins it, places it back in their hands, begins to wrap it again. Turns kind of on their hip a little, turns back towards the door, and back towards you all.
Gonna wink. Meghan can't wink, but Antiope can.
Well, I'm not gonna really hear the end of this, so that dinner better be worth it.
I can assure you it will be.
I can't believe I'm doing this. Alright. Step on through. I'm not in the employ of his father anymore anyways, so screw it.
Yeah. I'm gonna step to the side and let the Punchertons go first. I'm not going through any doors in this place first. Absolutely not.
I drop my fucking lipstick next to her and bend over to pick it up. Oops.
The bend and snap. The bend and
Yes,
snap.
bend and snap. And I stand up, see you at dinner, and full hip sway walk away.
I am a weak woman.
Cool.
You will look forward to it. Heads up.
Oh, what did I just agree to?
Best night of your life. Bye.
We're way more fun than Zagreus, so
I enjoy this group met and decided to meet. It's well, we're all clearly dating. Now, what can we date?
As you all
This
walk
is eternity,
away,
baby.
is it
Yeah.
metagaming to flirt with everyone in Hades?
as you've stepped away, you just hear Meg as she's kind of making her own way over, and she kind of mumbles to herself, just, well, I suppose that's a better way of getting the blood pumping. Swings the whip back over her shoulder as the wing kind of comes around, and she very pointedly walks away as slow and dramatically as she can before the door slowly closes.
You've done good work tonight, team.
Is everyone down here gonna
Well
be
done.
just stupid hot?
I hope
Imagine
so.
how much hotter the people are going to get as we
Right?
progress.
It's just going to keep what? This is wild. Maybe Zagreus could get out, but was that's silly
But-
to just almost get out and then die and then do it again.
Or maybe he just couldn't handle how hot everyone was and he got too flustered and awkward about it. But we're handling it really well.
No,
We're
doing great.
we're
doing
super
very
chill
well.
and
High
in
five,
control of the
everybody. High five.
situation.
Antiope, you dealt with that very well.
Oh, thank you. It's one of my special skills. Dealing with people. Right.
Dealing with people.
Yes. It's
The way you say make it sound like killing. Did you lure them in and then you killed them?
Oh no.
Oh,
no.
you said dealing with people, and usually
well,
in my
like talking to people, interacting with people, getting what
Okay.
I want from people.
Okay, so with the way you say, so my dad is fire and war. So when you say dealing with people, my brain goes, oh, killing them. But you mean like talking to people to make
Yes,
them want to
yes.
talk to you.
Right. Yes, I'm not in the business of killing people. People can rarely stop continuing. So if you get in good with somebody, they will continue to give you things. If they are dead, they can no longer give you things that are of use to you.
What if they're afraid of you?
I'm not quite familiar with that sensation personally. not an intimidating person, as you may or may not have noticed.
But you would like, I feel so like I'm intimidating, but it's mostly because I'm pretty.
Well, yes.
But and so like you are pretty. So like you could try.
I'm pretty. I mean, I guess I never thought of it that way. If it's more like when people expect you to be a certain way, and then you can prey upon that and then surprise them. Because if people just think that you're a pretty face without much going on upstairs, but in fact you have a whole lot going on upstairs.
Oh, you trick people.
It's a different form of hunting.
Sure.
You're
yes.
very smart, Kohl. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's manipulation.
Yes. That is a useful skill if we find more people to talk to.
Right.
You have your talking thing. Kohl has many weapons.
Mm-hmm.
I have many weapons, and
Kyveli is scooping various detritus into vials. It works out perfectly.
Kyveli is clearly going to make some kind of poison to like kill Hades when we get out of here. So I'm about that.
I'm into it.
You could make a poison that would kill a god.
I mean, all this stuff is like his domain, right? It has to do something to him.
Maybe. Be pretty funny.
In theory.
The god of death dying.
Did you get the job? Is that how it works down here? I don't know how it works here.
And technically he's not the god of death, he's the god of the underworld. Technically Thanatos.
Thanatos is the god of death. So like if he shows up, then we can. I don't necessarily want to be a god. I kind of just want to go out to dinner with the very attractive woman in the last
we're totally
room.
gonna do that. Well,
and have a water bed.
What? Yes.
Perfect.
Like being a god seems like a little like it's useful to say that you're a god or you're like related.
Beds?
I feel like that would land under Poseidon's domain. Did he invent waterbeds?
Perhaps if we meet him, you can ask.
I could.
Poseidon
Yes.
Dionysus made water beds. It was a group project. Poseidon, Aphrodite, Dionysus. Like, man, how can we make just like the dopest fucking bed in the world?
Dionysus got Poseidon wasted. Poseidon's like, you know what would be a great idea? If we made like
on water,
but in the
but
water.
You don't get wet.
And they're all like, we're gods. We can just like, no, shut up.
And it's impossible to put sheets on it.
It's like, someone get me a bed. What? Someone get me a fucking bed. I have an idea.
Somebody give me a giant bag and fill it with water and then put it in a box right now.
It happens to us now, right?
They just slowly leaves the call.
We go to Argos and we buy a water bed.
Someone please clip the Poseidon invent water bed, please.
Just slowly but surely.
Just very slowly, the starting soon screen just slides in from the side.
Just screams over. And with that, friends, as you're having this discussion, you step through the gateway that has just opened, take one final wondrous look behind you as you begin to descend the stairs, having this fantastic conversation, and make your way out and down to Asphodelos. And that is where we'll go ahead and wrap the session of our kind of Blades in the Dark, but mostly just us hitting on people.
Aiding Sim in the dark.
And bullying Zagreus.
Cool. Yeah. No. Zagreus in the playground. That's yeah. No, that's fair. It's been an absolute joy and absolute pleasure. Thank y'all so much for the donations. I'm gonna have to move that goal. Y'all came out. It's incredibly appreciated. I'm gonna let everyone just quickly go around here, plug what they want to plug, and all of that lovely goodness. Let people know where they can find you. If we just go in whoever, popcorn it to whoever.
What's up? It's me, Austin. I'm gonna go first again. Hey, I'm Austin. My pronouns are he, they, and she. I just got done playing Nomalanga, who is very thirsty, but is from a fire domain. It's because she can't drink water. You can find me on Twitter at SailorSCT, at Sailor SCT Austin. You can find me Mondays right here on Prince Roll Dice with Ray playing Mind and the Martyr. And they can find me every Saturday over on Transplanar on their Twitch channel. And then Wednesdays, I have a podcast, and mostly just come to Twitter and you'll see everything because I don't shut up. I am chronically on that website. Wasa.
Yo, it's Wasa here. I'm a writer, so I've written things for 5e, for Sino Una, Kids on Brooms, Mnemonic, and a couple of other things that I can't talk about because they are things that are happening, and it's all in the land of NDA. I played Kohl, the simp, and I played Kohl the simp. He, him was Kohl, I am a they, them, and we had a great time. Watch more of this stuff, and I will popcorn to Meghan. Oh,
Greetings. Hello, I am Meghan, who has been playing Antiope, waterbed enthusiast. Also Meghan enthusiast, but that's also Meghan is also a Meghan enthusiast. You can find me every place you can find somebody on the internet at Meghan Lynn for the win. It's Meghan Lynn FTW, where I just shitpost a lot and talk about TTRPGs on the Blue Hell site. I don't have a whole lot going on right now. I've been kind of like laying low. I will be on the 19th of this month. It's a Saturday at 3 p.m. I will be GMing on stream for the very first time I will be GMing Masks. If anybody is aware of my existence at all, you all know that I love Masks. So I will be GMing for the first time on stream a one-shot of Masks for the Slady's ATL charity stream. So that's the 19th at 3 p.m. I also am an indie game designer, and you can find any of my games at meganlynftw.itch.io, or you can follow my oft ignored game design Twitter at Siren Songs Games. Hopefully within the next couple of weeks, my crowdfunding campaign will be launching on Game on Tabletop for a print run of my game One Particular Harbor, which is about being pirates and sailors and mermaids and fighting and flirting and smooching, and it's a good time. So you can check that out. I'll probably be screaming about it a lot for the next month or so as it runs. But that has been me. Izza, go.
Hi, I'm Izza. If you want to find, I've been playing Kyveli, the stoner burnout bog witch. I'm enjoying this character. My pronouns are she, her. If you want to find more of what I do, I'm a designer and cosplayer and crafter, and I make cool things, and I make videos about making cool things. And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Evil Clever Dog, and I also have a YouTube channel that is also called Evil Clever Dog. And if you're watching this, you're probably into TTRPGs, so you could go check out my newest YouTube video in which I make a mimic dice box. It's really cute. Her name is Mimi, and I love her.
Tanwood pet.
And I also do stuff with the Asians Represent podcast. Did a few standalone episodes with them recently, like mixed race representation in sci-fi and fantasy, and some episodes about costuming and clothing and character design, and have some other stuff with them coming up soon. So yeah, that's me.
Thank you all so much for being here. It's been a pleasure to meet your characters and be very hot and gay, and that's all that really matters. To be honest,
that's the mood.
That's all that matters. Yeah, please support them and everything they do. They are all fantastic individuals. I'm in this game
Also
as
you.
well. Hi, hello. Hi, I'm Ray. You can find me at Red Mage Ray on Twitter. You can usually find me here on Mondays, GMing The Mind of the Martyr, which is a 5e-ish adjacent to the left TTRPG game set in a Gaslamp fantasy world. Austin is in it. Some other wonderful cast members are in it. Jesse, who did this fantastic overlay that you can see here, is also in the game. Shout out to Jesse for the amazing overlay. Other than that, I write stuff. I am trying to release more things, but I'm bad at it because imposter syndrome is a douchebag. But I plan on writing up a whole bunch of stuff tomorrow and getting those released at some point. And I have a few other projects that I'm still working on that I can't talk about. So, yeah. I write things. That's me. I'm done. That's boom. Done. I'm queer, I'm chronically ill, I'm disabled, so if you need sensitivity readings or you just want someone to add a little bit more of representation for marginalized communities, then I'm your person for that. So yeah. Hire me for stuff. I want to be involved. I want to make things with you. But that also. Yes, you make Hades things. Oh crap. You make Hades things.
I can't believe I forgot to say that.
You make Hades things, you write things. Excellent. This just shows you how put together we are with
Yeah.
We are just I'm not at all just a bunch of possums stacked on top of each other. Like
Three goblins wearing pajamas.
just a raccoon in a VR headset.
I have a crowdfunding thing next month too. That's why you follow me on Twitter, because I do these outros and they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I don't fucking know.
I don't do anything."
I turn off my computer and I T-pose in front of it until my next appearance. I don't know.
Go check out Meghan Lynn for the win on itch. Go check out Wasa and their writing stuff and Sina Una. Go and check out Issa's YouTube stuff.
Freaking
It's
YouTube
really
channel,
good.
man.
It's freaking amazing.
weird.
They made the Stygian blade. It's really freaking cool.
It's so cool.
Really cool.
And then
Thank you.
he did this
Go check
crazy
out
photo shoot in a pretty
Austin's
dress
Kickstarter.
with the Stygian blade.
with Edge and Knight and Banana Chan, because Deimos Academy is really freaking cool. You should definitely check that out. Okay, cool. You're all awesome. Plug your stuff.
Thank you all for
We did
thank
it.
you all for donating.
Yeah, thank you everybody for
You're all
getting us to
amazing.
Blaze It.
Thank
You're
you
all
so much.
beautiful people.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you next week.
Absolutely. Catch you soon, friends. Hydrate, keep safe, medicate, wear your frickin' masks, and keep moving forward. We shall see you this time next week with some more Hades. Catch you soon. Bye.
Vibes can we get?